Everybody.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Zay?
How you guys doing?
Everybody's early today. Oh shit! Everybody's just here, just like that.
Let the record show that I was first.
Yeah, he was first. He was first. It's good, gentlemen.
What's good?
What's up, Joe? Oh, we can't hear you. I don't think we can hear Joe. No.
I don't want to hear Joe. It's okay.
You know who Joe kind of sounds like? He kind of sounds like Boston. Like Boston in like a heavy off season.
Yeah, kinda.
Like sometimes I hear him talk, I'm like, I kind of hear it.
I miss you guys. Not used to. Fuck used to.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Happy belated.
Yeah.
That was what? How long have you been on now? When was the last time you was on?
Fuck, I think like 2 Sundays ago.
Man,
bro.
We're gonna cut you. Keep on missing practice.
Because that Wednesday I had something, and then what happened after that? I went to Vegas for the birthday weekend, and then this last Wednesday I had something at the podcast time. But today I made sure to not have anything. Like I had my deep tissue appointment today, and I planned it early, even though I like to sleep in. I got up at fucking 8 o'clock for you motherfuckers. That's early for me, bro. That's early.
That's super early, bro. Bro, some of these days, like for the 12th podcast, I might wake up at like 11:40 and just literally.
Bro, I would too. Just roll out. I brush my teeth, drink some water, and I just jump on this bitch.
Shit, I mean, sometimes I might not even brush the teeth. I might just take the shit and just go straight to the podcast.
It depends. If after shit, I won't brush my teeth either.
I'll take a shit after the podcast starts.
Yeah. Don't do that. Let me just make sure it's on record.
Podcast. I was like, fuck, I gotta go. Fuck, I'm taking you with me.
What's up, guys? I feel like we all haven't been on at the same time in quite a while, right? I feel like I haven't seen Joe.
Where's Paul? What have you done with Paul, Joe?
I asked if he was gonna come on. He's like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
he was like, because we were out yesterday, and we probably didn't go to bed till like 3 a.m, both of us, and we both got up early for the deep tissue because I had 9 and he had 10 o'clock. And then I got up to not too long ago. He's like, I'm a fucking nap, bro. I'm gonna watch Super Bowl later.
He's not coming on.
Yeah, Joe's definitely gonna fall asleep halfway through this.
Yeah. I don't even have a monster today. I run out of time. I'm like, fuck.
Paul, yeah, dude. I had to get coffee too, because like, bro, like I'm dying too. I'm struggling, you know.
Hey, you guys see this? My girlfriend got this for me.
Was that
Yeti? Oh, that's dope as fuck.
The Yeti
on it, yeah.
That's fucking dope.
Should have gotten one of those Stanleys or whatever the cool bitches are using.
It's okay. I'm not a cool bitch. I don't got a Stanley either.
Paul gotta get sleep.
I got this fucking water bottle.
Perfect.
You know, Stu, this works perfect to take your GH on the go with you. It keeps the temperature cold.
Where you're going with this?
I got one of those
about coffee.
I got one of those like diabetic pouches for that. You know, one of those cases when you put the ice pack on it. They have it on Amazon, so I have one of those if I want to take some on the go. I don't really take GH on the go often. I usually do first thing in the morning, but I remember Compton had me doing it like pre-workout, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just take it to the gym," and I would do it in the gym. I don't know if Zay seen me do that. Probably like in the middle of the gym, I'll just spin the GH.
And I have.
Just in broad daylight, just right there on the gym floor. Just
if you're in the right gym, nobody gives a shit.
He's diabetic. Give him a shot. He's diabetic.
So, at Destination Dallas, my buddy Garrett was telling me that they had to like shut down the bathrooms for a while and get like a Roto-Rooter to like clean out the pipes because there were so many fucking needles and syringes in the toilet pipes.
Oh my!
And there was like a bucket of shit they pulled out. Of just busted syringes.
Bro,
they pulled out a bucket of shit from the toilet.
You know, they should just at that point, I feel like just put like one of those biohazard bins in the gym and just have people dispose it there. Like, I mean, we all know it's part of the trade. So just put one in there and just let people just dump their shit.
They still don't have one. It's funny.
No. Hey, when I was at LA Fitness, so when I first moved to LA like 7 years ago, right? I got a job at LA Fitness. And, you know, of course, I would bring my insulin and stuff to work. So one time the manager was like, "Hey, Beatty, come here for a second." And he takes me into the store. He opens the door. He's like, "What's this? Look at this." And there was a needle floating around. I was like, "Oh, okay. I'll just flush it." And he was like, "Hey, you can't be leaving needles." And I'm like, "Hey, I thought it flushed down. What you want me to do?" You know what I'm saying? And then one time he sends me a text of a picture. Apparently the cleaning guy sent him a picture of the needle. I was like, "Yo, how would you know it's me?" He was like, "Oh, he saw you come out." I'm like, "Motherfucker, you following me? You stalking me to see if I leave a needle? Like, what type of shit is that?" Yeah, I'm like, that's kind of weird, bro. That's kind of weird. Listen, you wouldn't do this to anybody else. Like, if somebody was diabetic, you're not going to be following them and seeing like, well, it don't matter. Like, flush the fucking toilet. If you're a custodian, you see a needle in the toilet, flush that shit. The fuck you calling me for? You know, or texting my manager. What type of shit is that? You know,
it's funny, bro. At Fit Nation,
the janitor I had my back, bro.
You see?
yeah. If you shaved your back, he wouldn't have reported you. That's what Zane's saying.
What'd you say, Joe?
I was saying Fit Nation in that back room that we're always hanging out in. Yeah. They always find needles in there, and they're always like, "Yo, Paul, Joe, what the fuck?" I'm like, "Dude, it's not us." like, I'm kind of offended that you think it's us.
I would too. Honestly,
yeah, I was okay offended. Like, dog, I've been going here for years. I'm like, "Do you guys like that? What the fuck?" And it turned out it was someone else. I'm like, "You guys are assholes for that."
but I feel like that's the thing, right? I think everybody, the average person walks into the gym, right? They see me, you, and Paul, right? They're like, "Oh, those guys are on juice." They don't realize that everybody else is on juice too. They just got no.
Yeah, man. What the fuck? Stereotyping for sure.
Yeah. Everybody else is on gear. They're just smaller, you know. Even the girls is on gear. Like, let's be real. Everybody's on gear, you know. But that's how it goes. Did anybody start prep yet? Officially?
I start Monday.
Stuart?
Next Saturday, 6 days now.
Y'all just start prep whenever. I gotta start this shit like 20-something weeks out. Y'all just I'll start this shit when when it's time. Yeah. So Zayd.
Yes, sir.
Where's your calories at now?
Same as last week. It's my weight is jumping, so there's no need for increase. You know?
The weekly Zayd food check. Got to make sure he's eating enough. He's a growing boy.
I gotta make sure they getting the meal.
Oh yeah.
So where did you start? You said like after you came back from Dubai, and where you at now?
I started at around 37. Now I'm around 4,000. 4,000.
No, I mean like your weight, your body weight.
Oh, 205. I'm at 225 right now. So 20 pounds already.
Fuck.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Very nice.
I feel good, man. It's so good to be back, even though it's just 200 tests. I'm feeling a lot hornier, so it's kicking in.
Oh yeah.
For sharing.
My boy.
It's just the test.
Exactly. No, that's how you know it's real, right?
3 weeks in.
Yeah.
Did you
so
start
it's rolling, dude. It's rolling. Yeah.
Did you start the GH yet?
No, next month. I'm trying to milk this 200 as much as possible. Then I'm gonna move to 300. Then I'm gonna move to 300 and 2 IUs. See what that does for me.
You know what
I'm taking my time. I know you're gonna fucking hate this shit.
You don't get extra points.
It's gonna be good, huh?
You don't get extra points.
For
2 grams
the low
bread,
dose,
baby.
Straight to it, yeah. Yeah, before I forget, I did remember one gym that's a kick-ass gym. I forgot on the last podcast. Do you guys remember Gold's Gym Flamingo Road in Las Vegas? Back in 2010, 2011, Jay Cutler used to train over there. That fucking gym is, man, one of the best ones I've ever been to. Do you remember? It's closed down now. I don't know why.
Remember. Did they change ownership or did it just go away?
I think it became a furniture store.
Oh no! How tragic!
How tragic!
It sucks.
But that gym, dude, back in the day was fucking amazing. Yeah,
it was 24 hours, right?
But is that the one that Jay won his Olympia's at? The one he won his Olympia's at? Because I know, like, that's the one Kai Green went to too, right? When he went to Vegas, right? It's that same one, the red one. Jay, you're talking about the one with the red in it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I was saying it's open 24 hours, right? It was 24 hour gym. Yeah.
Yes.
That was a good one. Yeah, and Jade, whenever you're ready to start the GH, remember what we discussed. We're gonna make a bulk order.
Yes, sir.
Get like 50 kits and just go crazy with it.
You can get like serious discounts if you're buying that much.
Oh yeah, we gonna buy.
I've never bought that much.
We're gonna buy all of that. All right. Yeah. Let's get. Oh, I didn't get an update on Ken. What's going on with you, Ken?
Steadily still going up, man. I'm 254 now. Dude, I mean, the only thing that I guess I'm at that 4-week mark, dude. I'm sleeping so much, dude. I'm sleeping like 10 hours. Like I was messaging Sid this morning. I'm like, dude, I feel like a bum, you know, like I'm sleeping like 10 hours a day.
Lean into it, man. It's good for you.
Yeah, but I mean, off season's going well. I feel like my weight is steadily going up, but I'm getting tighter, and I feel bigger. Like I look bigger. I know I look bigger. Yeah. So
you definitely look bigger, Ken. And cuter.
Thank you.
Yeah. let me see your update. Let me see a bicep update.
Let's see. What do we got here?
There we go. Official. Okay. Twist that wrist some more. Give me some more twists in that wrist. Okay.
Like you predicted that, bitch. Damn, son.
I feel like at like 254, like I don't look very big at 254, but I know I'm taller, but still, even then, I feel like everybody holds it so different. You know?
Hey, keep in mind, Beta, you compete at like, you know, into what, 260s?
No, 250. I did compete at 250s.
Yeah. I competed at like 217. You know, so 217, 220. Yeah. So yeah, it's relative too. You know.
Yeah. This side. And then look at Zayd. I mean, I thought Zayd looked pretty big as a light heavy, you know, and Zayd is taller than Ken. Everybody just holds it different, you know.
I don't know about the weight thing, dude. I always heard big legs weigh more on the scale.
Exactly, but what I think too, it usually does. But
I think it's just how dense your bones are, possibly, and your joints. You know.
I think so. When I got the DEXA scan, she was like, she never seen bone density like that before. She like, it was off the charts, you know. So
Beatty is big boned.
That's my excuse. And from now I'm like, nah, I'm just big bone, bro. You know, I don't know what to tell you.
The only thing I want to add, I mean, I told you guys in chat before we started, but you know, I went to donate blood today, man, and I got denied because my hemoglobin count was 12.5. And they want it to be at 13 usually. So I was like, 12.5, like I'm eating like a ton. Like, how is this possible? You know?
Yeah.
And I guess I spoke to you guys, I spoke to Sid. It's like, well, I guess maybe that's just what happens. You know what I mean? It's just what happens.
You know what you have to do.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
Be careful, Stu. Be careful.
I think yes, some people are like that. I have clients that don't have to donate at all. And I have clients that continuously donate and they're still high. So it does seem like a West African thing, honestly. Or, you know, it seems like usually that seems to be the case for whatever. I don't know.
Because the highest mine's ever gone is 15. That's the highest. And that was like straight after a prep, like a week after a prep. So yeah, you may be right, man. You may be onto something because I was shocked. I told the lady once she told me, and I'm like, listen, there's got to be a mistake. Like, trust me, just take it out. Like, nothing's gonna happen. You know, just take it out. But she's like, no, we can't do that. So
they won't do it. I've never seen it high. Actually, I've never seen my blood work, my hemoglobin, hematocrit high before. You know,
and your hematocrit can be a little high. It can be a little above range, and you're still fine. But but like, multiple points above range, like they should probably dump some blood.
Yeah.
Some people, they get so bad that they have to like go to like the doctor and they have to like literally drain blood out of them, like bloodletting they call it. Sometimes it gets
I do that in my bathtub.
Some
for a lot cheaper.
People don't do that.
Come on, Stu.
Give me a call.
Well,
give me a call.
So some bodybuilders do it themselves. You know that, right? I know Stu knows a few guys that do it themselves, like bloodletting.
I've tried to do that before. So I just stuck an 18 gauge needle right in my vein here. But you need like suction, right? Like you have to do something to draw it out. So it was just kind of like bleh, just leaking a little bit. It didn't do shit. And there was blood all over my bathtub. And my girlfriend came home to that. That was fun to explain.
Holy fuck! No, you gotta have. They have like they sell these bloodletting kits. It's a whole kit with suction. And from what I've heard, I haven't done this myself, but I'm just saying what I heard. You can get it from like eBay or whatever the case is, and in case anybody wants to go home and try that.
Nope,
it's not medical advice.
Not medical
disclaimers,
But also when it's too high, they won't let you donate blood as well, right?
Really?
So that's it. Yeah, you know that, Ken?
Yeah, I mean they gave me a deferral paper, so I read the paper and I'm like, wow, they can actually dock you for being too high as well. So yeah, I found out today.
You can see how that could be an issue, right? If you're a bodybuilder and it's too high and you're like, I got to get rid of this. Nope. And then your doctor, maybe you don't have, I don't know, medical insurance, or maybe your doctor doesn't want to do it. You're on your own. You're going to have to hit that bathtub and see what's up.
What's your blood type, Ken?
Dude, I don't even know. I got to check it. I don't even know.
I don't know mine either. I was just gonna say like fucking B-.
B-.
I don't know.
It says O plus. Yeah, O plus.
Hell yeah, bro! I'm the same one.
Same one. All right.
It's a universal donor.
Your blood brothers.
Yeah, universal donor. That's what's up.
Yeah. You could probably sell that for a lot then. Like if you did it at home.
They're gonna love that.
Why isn't this like a free open market? Why can't I just sell it? I could like you could start harvesting from people you don't like and selling it.
Fucking vampire shit. He's a
harvesting. Selling fentanyl.
Get like a 30 mil vial, 50 mil vial, and just load it up. So
my thing is this though. They're always saying, because I get the emails. There's always a blood shortage. There's a blood shortage everywhere. You would think
they'd be lying.
There's a blood shortage. Like if I'm voluntarily asking you to take it, why don't you just take it? Like if you're so short on supplies, you shouldn't be.
They sell that shit for like $100+ a pint, right? Like it's not. You're donating it, right? And they get it for free. Besides the cost of setting up the blood donation thing, but then it's a whole marketplace. It's traded like a commodity, literally between hospitals, and it obviously has an expiration date. So like they dump it out when it's too old, and like if you go to a hospital, sometimes they will just be dumping blood out into a fucking sink, human blood.
They should set up like there should be like, I don't know, maybe Marek or something. Do like a bodybuilder blood supply. Trust me, we'll fill it up. They don't need the secondary market. We'll
good fucking blood, dude. That's full of hormones.
And... Bro, when we're talking about Nigerian blood with high levels of test and GH and all that shit. What? On sweet potato chicken and a nice balanced diet. That's premium.
That's like, what's that that shit that the elites eat? Adrenochrome. It's like adrenochrome. Yeah. You guys know what that is?
No, we don't know.
Adrenochrome is like I don't know. It's like made out of like dead fetuses or something, and like the Illuminati uses it to like live forever. How do you not know that? Man?
All right, I don't know. Well, all I know is that kid that maybe they're in the hospital, they get that blood transfusion, they put on 20 pounds. Like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, quick fast.
I don't know what happened.
All right, you want to get into some bodybuilding news?
Oh yeah,
your boy landed. Your boy landed finally.
Zay's favorite bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Today's fair bodybuilder. Yeah, look
I
at your
gotta
man
say,
right
he's looking a little flat, this guy.
Oh, I
Guy
think
hasn't spent a day in the United States. Zayn is already on him.
hey, low key, Hani look a little bit fuller than Hadi. Look at Hani's arm. He looking a little fuller than him. No, but it's funny because he's not that big. Because if you look at him next to Hani, but on stage he looks big as shit. You know, in that hoodie he looks just like kind of like normal.
Derek's like that too, though. Derek's like that too. You know, if you see Derek in person, he's not that big in clothes, but take it off, it's different.
Good point. Look at Phil said the champ is here. Jay Cutler, game on. Okay, you guys feel like it's game over? Like everybody should just stay at home?
I think Samson has it, bro.
Me too.
Samson's gonna do it.
I have to say, Samson does fucking filter his shit too. I noticed that. I didn't understand until I seen the last couple of photos. He uses the sharpening tool too much.
He does. He's doing it now.
I will say this. This Arnold is very important because I think we're all asking this question, right? If Hadi is overwhelmingly good, are they going to give it to him, right? So it kind of sets a precedence too of the impact of what he actually did at the Olympia. I know no one wants to bring it up, but it's people are thinking about it too. If he's that good, because realistically, from the Olympia, right? Hadi and Derek were in their own league. Samson was not close. Let's all be real, you know. And if you look at it on paper, bodybuilding math, Hadi has to be worse and Samson has to be a lot better for them to match up. And it doesn't seem like the case based on the physique updates we've been seeing from Hadi. So,
but I still believe Samson might win despite all that.
Me too.
I agree.
You know, not that he would deserve to win based off of like the criteria, but like I still think they will give it to him potentially.
Okay, but okay. We talk about the criteria, right? Okay, what does Hadi have on Samson besides conditioning though?
A back.
Dude, but Hadi's back. Hadi's back is not that crazy, bro. Like
Hadi's back is
miles beyond Samson.
It's Hadi's back is good. You're comparing it to Derek. Hadi's back is good, bro.
And it's really close to Derek's too. Like just the amount of meat on it, like right at like his spinal erectors and his traps and everything, like right at the middle. Not many people are close to that.
He's not even flexing. The back is already hanging off the guy's fucking body. You know?
And just look at like the thickness there. Like that is old man muscle. It's been there for a while.
Samson you don't get that thickness on that lower back without deadlifting like crazy. You
deadlift 6-7 plates, which he does.
Yeah, you don't get that. Yeah.
Look at the back double. This back double is not like top of the world back though. It's a very good back.
I think it is.
Outside of Derek, whose back is Derek, and maybe I would say like Tonio, whose back is better than that?
I say Tonio. I say Regan. I think Crizzo has a lot of good detail, but not
Regan's
not
back
the same thing.
Regan's back is not thicker than that.
Yeah, it's not as dense just because he's a larger frame. Yeah, you know, it's spread out more. But
I don't think so. But I just don't think his back is so miles ahead of Samson that he can't beat him. I mean, Nick's back is better than Samson. Samson beat him. Okay, that's okay. One body.
You're still wrong, Beatty. It's okay.
So one body part, back and condition. Okay, I could say Samson is more aesthetic. Samson has better legs. I could say Samson has better arms, better chest, better shoulders.
That's not how bodybuilding works though. You put two of them on stage, and yeah, Samson standing alone looks like the best. Samson standing alone looks like Mr. Olympia, but you put two of them on stage, and if we're looking at the Olympia from last year, right? Hadi's conditioning versus Samson's, it's almost like you're not judging the same show. So you can't just go off of, oh, Samson has this part. Crizzo's got good arms, but that doesn't mean that Crizzo's going to win a front double, right, against maybe someone that has smaller arms. That's just not how it works.
But that's one body part. I just named 4 body parts versus a back. So it's not that I'm saying.
But here's the problem, though. Hadi doesn't everything you're saying that Samson has, all those parts are good on Hadi as well. It doesn't mean that he's the number one, but they're all good.
I don't think Hadi's arms are worse than Samson's.
That's what I mean. Like everything is good on Hadi. There's nothing that's actually bad.
I think Samson has better arms than Hadi for sure. I mean, look at where the triceps insert. Look how full the bicep is. Hadi has peaky biceps, but it looks a little sus and it's short. So I don't believe he has better arms than him. And look, okay, so we can say the same thing about when he beat Nick. Nick was in better condition. Nick had a better back. Nick is compact.
That's exactly my point. They made a decision that was not consistent with the criteria as I understand them.
In the past, for the criteria that it's been for the past few years,
so,
I agree.
You know, if they start leaning in, I think the difference between Nick versus Samson and Hadi versus Samson is that he's got all the parts, right? But his flow, like the shape and flow, is just not as good as Hadi's. Like the proportion on Hadi, top to bottom, the length of his limbs, the length of his torso, and all that stuff is just better with Hadi, right?
It is. But you can also say, well, Samson's is better than both of them by a mile. I would say. I don't think you can compare Samson's aesthetics next to.
But it's not a glaring weak point for Hadi. And I like to judge a bodybuilding show based off of who has the least weaknesses. You know, assuming they're in condition, then like who's missing the least stuff. And by that category, Nick did win, plus way better conditioning, the Arnold last year. I think based on that, and then Hadi does win this year because again, his back is just so much better. And he doesn't have gaps in other places.
Okay, I guess let me preface my argument by saying that by the way the judging has been going the last year or two,
and I would agree with you on that.
Now, if we're going by the judging 5 years ago, Nick would have beat Samson, and then Hadi beat Samson as well.
Here's what I think about that, Arnold. The only reason why why Nick lost like that was because of the lineup itself. Nick was the odd man out in that lineup, and that actually made Nick look weaker in the entire lineup versus how he usually is in like an Olympia lineup. So what I'm trying to say is like this Arnold is going to be completely different from the Arnold of last year, where everyone is kind of like a 6-footer. You know, Hadi's going to be standing next to other guys that are similar heights, and in fact, Samson and Akeem maybe are like the tallest guys. So I don't think Hadi.
Horse, I think Horse, yeah. Akeem is that tall, but Horse MD, Brandel, Hollingshead. They're pretty
not that
tall, sir.
Okay, they're tall, but they're not like Andrew and Samson type height.
No,
like,
they are. James is like 5'11". You know, James is tall. So is Ralph. I've seen Ralph in person. He's about 5'11". They're going to be the same height as Samson. They're going to be right there.
Okay. Yeah, because I think it'd be interesting because if think about it this way, right? If Samson wins, that automatically puts It doesn't, but people are going to say Samson is number 2 in the world. That's how it's going to go, right? And then from Hadi's perspective too, people are going to look at Hadi as coming to the Olympia. He's at the number 3. He's on number 3, so he's on the downswing, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, personally, I just don't think they're close yet. I love Samson's physique, and trust me, Samson is the guy I want to win long term. But if I'm looking at things completely objectively, I feel like it's Hadi's show to lose. Like it's very hard to make a case that Samson can beat Hadi, one-on-one on stage.
I would definitely agree that Hadi is the man to beat, Yeah. And I'm not even saying Samson will win, but the part I disagree with that, I think you can make a case for Samson winning in today's judging, because we've seen it happen with Keon winning. We've seen it happen with Samson beating Nick. Granted, Hadi is a level up, but I really don't believe Hadi is that far away from these. I don't believe like Samson and Nick are so far away from Hadi that they can't beat him. I think it's still close. Now Samson does have to be harder, but granted, if Samson is harder, and he doesn't have to be as hard as Hadi. He just has to be a little bit tighter. So I think it's still pretty close, man. I got to be honest. I think it will be close at the Arnold. Was it close at the Olympia? I don't think it was that close to the Olympia, but the way Samson is improving. Look at the last Olympia. Samson was 6th, bro. He wasn't even nowhere near that. He's improving so fast that he's closing the gap on a daily basis. He's closing the gap at this point. So I think his rate of improvement, I think he's going to be right in the mix here, and I think he's going to be right in the mix at the Olympia.
He's going to beat him 100%.
If Hadi loses, man, dude, World War's about to start, bro.
It's gonna get crazy.
Well, I want to hear the explanation from Tyler Mannion if he's going to give one after the show, because that will actually be very interesting to hear, like the justification, which direction it goes.
He's gonna have to. He's gonna
give us a landscape for like, okay, this is what they're going for now, because they're very different physiques, right? Mm-hmm. And like I think we would all agree that 5 years ago, Hadi would win this hands down, and Nick would have won last year's Arnold hands down, right? So if we're going in a different direction, please tell us which direction it is so that we can adapt. That might affect what I do in my prep and how I want to look.
Yeah. Well, listen. Me and Ken love this new direction personally.
I love it, man. Tyler, just keep it going, man. I love
keep doing your thing. Congrats. Shout out to Tyler, man. Keep it up, brother. No, I think we all would love to see Samson win.
I wouldn't be mad about it. Like, I love the guy. I think he's cool.
It's gonna be a fucking tall order to beat Hadi though, and Hadi is. But now, what about the caveat of like Ken said about the way he handled losing the O? Are they still gonna want him like representing the sport? Let's be real. I mean, it's easy to say no, that doesn't matter, but bro, everything matters. We all know everything matters, even if it's subconscious, and it could be more than subconscious. Let's keep it 100. But even if it's subconscious, I think that makes a difference. Even if it's like a couple points that could really, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro.
Do you think they can sell Olympia live streams in Iran with like the internet restrictions they have?
Yes, they do VPN. Dubai does that. Yeah, Dubai.
You don't get your hands chopped off for doing that or anything in those countries.
If you get caught,
you might.
You
possibly.
You might.
Oh, Zayd and Ken didn't do the predictions because I don't think they were on. I said Zayd and Ken. No, Zayd was on. I mean, Joe and Ken. Yeah. So let's go, Joe. Who you got for the top 5?
Hey, hold on. Are you actually keeping track of these predictions or writing them down, or are you just like?
No, you know me.
Okay, good.
I'm not a good.
No bets. I'm not doing any bets on this shit.
No, we're not doing that. I'm not that good of a host, so I don't even got the paper and pen. But maybe I should write it down. Yeah, I just rolled out, man. I'm doing my best with this hosting thing, but let me write it down. All right, Joe.
Because I can't be bothered. One of the fans, go back in the last podcast and see what everyone's predicted. Because I'm not gonna go check.
No, I don't remember that. All right, what you got, Joe?
I think Samson, Hadi, James Hollingshead, Raphael, and then who's left? Who else is there?
Horse MD, Akeem,
Mo.
What's that guy named that won the Arnold Amateur? He's on the list too.
It'll be. I will go with Akeem.
Okay, not Remy.
They put up a picture of Akeem
there. Yeah, Akeem looks good.
Yeah,
his glutes are
that's 6
from the side.
I don't think Akeem is going to be a Remy though, personally.
Wait, Remy's doing it? What?
No, not Remy. The other guy.
80, be nice.
Oh no. I was like, what the fuck? When did that
happen? All right, so let's go. Oh, you picked 6, but we'll take it.
That's 5, no?
You said, oh, yeah, you're right. You said Sam, Hadi, James, Rafa, and then Akeem?
Yes.
All right. Let's go Kennedy.
I'm going to go Hadi, Samson, Brandale, James, and then Horse.
Yeah, I like that one too. So let me see the difference. James, Horse, yeah. I think Akeem is gonna have a hard time beating Horse just because the amount of space he takes up and structure and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think those are good. All right. Speaking of Rafa, let's just take a peek, see what it's looking like. They don't really like, the way Nick and Hunter like post like the full updates.
Yeah.
Most of these guys are, well, I guess Samson does it too, but a lot of these guys don't really. Let me see. Don't really post like a shit ton. I get it though. Like sometimes you don't want to show too much. Huh?
James Hollingshead's back looks incredible.
It does. Let's see, Rafa. Hey, that looks full too. That looks full. When was this? Let's see.
Yeah, it's recent.
This was 2 days ago. All right.
Yeah, I know, and Neil's guys a lot of times, Flex when Bodak was with him, Neil always peaks his guys pretty good, man. They always come pretty full. They always have some kind of like youthful look to them. I don't know how to put it, but I think Rafa's gonna under Neil's tutelage. I think he's gonna have a different look. And Rafa, it's kind of one of those guys that the judges have just been waiting for to bring something different. I think they'll reward him for it if he comes in with something that's definitely more improved.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know last time we said he hasn't improved a ton, like from year to year, but he's definitely bigger. It's not super drastic, but he does look bigger here. Hopefully on stage, because sometimes he looks big a couple weeks out, and on stage he kind of looks flat. But like Stu said, it looked like he kind of over diuretics at the end in the past. But I don't believe Neil really goes hard with diuretics like that. So what the fuck did I just do?
Yeah, no, Neil's guys always have that. They always get this. It's almost like Hani, not to that extent, but they always look healthy. That's I don't know how to put it. You know what I mean, right? Like when Bonak used to be with.
It's a Proviron, dude.
Proviron.
That's my hunch.
That's the secret.
It makes you look healthy.
Healthy.
Yeah. Healthy. Okay. Let's look at James. What else we got?
Dude, I feel like James just bombards my feed with pictures of himself in the back garden like 5 times a day.
He don't stop. James.
Yeah. Hollingshead. Yep. Right there.
Okay. Oh, she training with Ashley.
Cheeky.
Yeah, you're getting a little cheeky out here.
This one's for the gays.
Yeah. You guys are welcome. You're welcome, gays.
As Beatty watches the video.
In slow motion.
There we go.
Pause.
What's the purpose for this?
To show
condition. Yeah,
it's very haram, brother. Don't look.
I think they want to show the condition. I mean, is it necessary? Probably not, but that's how he's feeling.
Girls do it. Why can't we? That's just blatantly discriminatory.
That's true. Express yourself, James. He don't have a lot of updates anymore. I think he kind of cut it out. This is a little older.
2 days ago. Yeah.
All right. I mean, who else doing it? Horse. Got to make the rounds. Yeah, make the rounds. Just make sure I don't leave out. Well, I don't miss anything.
And then Akeem, I think Akeem posted one recently.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Does he look a little smaller or not really?
I think he's got his size back. He looks.
Okay. Does Akeem ever look small?
Yeah.
He want to look small. This guy's legs is crazy. He got some crazy legs on, and the calves too. Imagine if his upper body had that amount of like roundness that his legs have.
His arms kind of do.
His arms, yeah,
not so much from the like in his front double. It does. If he is most muscular, not quite so much. But
yeah, when his arms are down, they don't look as big as when they're up.
But like his tricep sweep in the front double and his bicep peaks are really good.
Yeah, I would say he has good arms for sure.
Would you say they're balanced?
Not yet, because I think because his legs are so big. If his legs weren't that big, I think it would. Would you consider his arms balanced?
See, Beatty, big legs, big arms. He's doing good. He has no chest and no back.
He's doing great.
Yeah, no. I think if you have big legs, big arms, I think it looks aesthetic, like Lee Priest or even like what's the other Brazilian? Yeah, it looks good
too.
But Carlos has everything else too, though. So
yeah,
like they're still gonna want you to bring up your back to like be like a top guy, but it's a good start. I mean, yeah, Phil was arms and legs when he started, right? More arms, but he had really good legs, and his back and chest weren't there. But for him to like become like an Olympia champion, he had to bring it up. But I think it's a good start. If you have good arms and legs, you're gonna look good and really good in the lineup. You know.
Well,
I didn't know he had tats on his head. I didn't know he had tats on his head. Is that a head tat?
I think that's a requirement in Brazil.
I think so. Yeah, he has some here. He has some on his.
I had no idea.
I kind of want to get a head tattoo and then like just keep my hair long and then nobody will ever know.
Yeah. He looks good. All right. Let's do one. Who else?
Keem.
Okay. Keem the Beast. I like Akeem. Chill guy,
man. Chill guy.
It is recent.
Yeah,
3 weeks out.
6 hours. But he said 3 weeks out. Oh, this Arnold. Never mind.
Yeah, we are 3 weeks out.
Oh, never mind.
Time flies.
Look at his side glute. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing with Akeem is like he always has like really impressive side leg, and then like he doesn't have those striations in his back poses, you know?
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, or like if you look at the shoulder and the pecs too, like from here, or like even the serratus, they're not as in as like the glutes, you know, the glutes in the side.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
Being said, I mean, it looks like he's back, dude. And
it does.
He's probably eating thin air right now, so shout out to Akeem. Probably tough as fuck.
He's not eating anything.
Matey, you think you suffer? This guy suffers, man. Yeah. This guy suffers in prep, dude.
You can tell. I mean, even look at some of his mannerisms. He looks like he's dead.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, there's no way around it. Like you are what you are. Like if that's your genetics, it's gonna be a tough time. It's gonna be a tough fucking time. But in off season, he gets to chill. He don't have to eat a bunch of food. He kind of just 3 meals a day. Okay, I'm good. You know. So I get on the back end, you get to not have to fucking like eat 1,000 fucking carbs off season.
Do you guys know what gym he's at? Because he's in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, he's in.
You recognize that gym?
Yeah, it's up by Rutherford. It's one of the old school gyms. I forget the name. It's not O'Malley's. It's
it looks like it. Yeah, O'Malley's is in Oregon.
yeah. It's in Rutherford. I'll get you the name. I forget, but it's one of the few old school gyms left around here. That one, Apollon, Diamond. It's one of those.
I've heard of Diamond before. There's just like none of those places,
bro.
Out here, out west.
If you go to Diamond, man, you'd be surprised, bro. Some of the machines in there, bro.
Old, really old.
Matey, you got to Diamond, right?
I have. Is that the one that No, I think I've been to Diamond.
Gym? The blue, it's blue. It's got, and you like walk through like corridors and shit like around the place.
I think I have. I think I saw John Regan there before. I think I met up with John Regan there before.
He probably, yeah. Diamond is a place, Stu. If you visit, you definitely want to check it out. Like guys there, they don't give a fuck, dude. They're different. When you look for they're different. Those guys, some of them don't even compete. they just care about moving weight, bro. It's
Facts.
a different place.
I miss that kind of vibe, man. Like that old kind of 90s vibe of gym. Think the, you know, wherever Kevin was training in his videos, like the famous ones. Like the equipment's white, the plates are big and thick, like the Ivanko ones.
Man, I fucking love that, bro. It feels good, bro. Bro, is he doing 200-pound dumbbells?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he's still training. I thought he was training lighter these days.
And he's got a bad shoulder and back, so you can
does. That's crazy.
Don't look like it.
That's crazy.
Sometimes he's got to move some heavy shit, bro. He's got to move some heavy shit.
Like I saw Larry do this. I gotta show these kids what's up.
Yeah.
I keep strong. Yeah, you remember when he was in Kuwait and he was squatting like 7 or 8 plates for reps, just like a piston, you know, just perfect form, perfect control. That is freakish strength. I mean, just what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Speaking of Kuwait, I saw Rolly do that too, and I don't think anybody thinks Rolly is a strong person just because he usually kind of just does like crazy high volume.
Yeah,
Rolly was stupid strong. He never posted it. Like he didn't even post workouts. But there was a video of him doing 8 plates, and he was just kind of like repping it. I'm like, it looked like it was fake. I'm like, bro, that doesn't even look real. But you look at Rolly, and he should be pretty strong, you know.
Yeah. Well, the crazy thing about him is like he'd do the crazy high volume sessions like they did in Kuwait. Like that's what they do there. But he would be moving twice as much weight as everyone else. Just like a machine. 4 or 5 sets, one after the other.
Crazy. It's like Nathan. Nathan would do that. He would do high volume, but Nathan goes heavy as fuck. And then Nathan said the hardest person he ever worked out was Rolly, and I was like, that means a lot coming from Nathan because Nathan goes pretty fucking crazy in there. Yeah, man. All right, I think that's enough updates. We got anybody else?
I got to visit this gym again soon. Stu, you got me thinking. I'm like, damn, I got to go up north a little bit. They have all the good gym signatures up there too. Sean Clarita used to train there. Got some good gyms over there. Yeah,
this is my bestie. No edits, just muscle.
Dude, you just reminded me. So, one of my pictures got reposted the other day, and everyone was like, "You don't look like you're 280. You don't look like you're 280 because I got this big fucking head, right? And it makes me look way smaller than I actually am."
Oh yeah, you're right.
He's like the exact opposite, dude.
He does. He has a small head. Yeah, you're right. Good Vito had a small. Yeah, well, because Good Vito, I don't think he's as big as you. He's he competes in the like the 240s or lighter.
Probably. I mean, does he look bigger? Yeah.
Because
crazy, but...
he's not like a bigger, and he might be shorter than you, right? Like
5'7". He's probably like 5'7". Yeah.
I think he's shorter than you.
But his head size it does make him like a lot bigger. That's true.
It would be nice to see more with Vito because we only get pictures, right? So it'd be nice to see like outside of being on stage, maybe like a YouTube video or something. I know like he's in all those popular gyms over there because I honestly have no way to like measure him versus everyone else, like in terms of actual size comparison. You know,
I just get to see in pictures. Yeah, you can't really do it in pictures. But when you see the videos, he doesn't look as big as in the pictures because you know it's like the perfect shot, the perfect angle all the time, and it's always the front double or like you know front lat. But when you see him moving around, he still looks big for sure.
Yeah, he has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, we got to pull it up one day. Is this a video? He's Baby Vito. Yeah, this is my favorite pic right here. Did Nick post anything?
Yeah, he gave us a moon pose. The illegal moon pose. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did, right? I mean he's pretty sharp as far out. But Nick doesn't really he don't like bulk or anything like that. Nick kind of just keeps it.
It is illegal, right?
It is
illegal, bro.
Yeah, you'll get banned from the IFBB for that.
Yeah. I mean, he might get banned just from this video he posted. All right. Any more news about? I think that's it. Bodybuilding. There's not much going on. All right.
Yeah, everyone's gearing for the Arnold. It's the Arnold, man. Everything. I mean, season just started, right? So, I guess the Arnold. That's what everyone's kind of waiting for, and then we kind of go from there.
Yeah.
You know the Detroit show. It doesn't seem like hardly anyone's announced for that yet. There's like 4 people. There's Martin, Mo, Ron Gordon, and one other guy. I think Samson might be doing it. I don't know.
Patrick Moore.
I think so.
Oh, Patrick Moore. Yeah, Patrick.
But like, don't you think like it's right after the Arnold? Right? Don't you think like some of the people like Akeem and maybe like since Horsem D is going to be in the country and Rafa, they might just swing by.
Just swing by. Yeah.
Canadians too, because it's right. It's real close.
Oh yeah. Antoine is going to be here already, right?
Yeah.
They're probably gonna swing by. I can't see it not being a good show just because the prize money is pretty good. I think, right?
Yeah, 20 grand. I think.
Is it
plus
20?
a Rolex? I heard it's 20 plus a Rolex. That's what I heard.
Bro,
yeah.
Garish.
Yeah. You gonna do it, Stu? You gonna jump in there?
Stop asking me that.
All right, you guys want to get into questions? We could just do more questions than usual. Actually, answer more than 2 questions.
Yeah, we got the Super Bowl too, so we can't.
Oh yeah.
What time is it?
You're right. Yeah, we'll keep it short.
3:30.
It's 3:30.
Yeah.
No, but what time is it right now? All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off at 2.
To be honest, man, like I know people like the 3-hour podcast, but it's a lot, bro. Like I'll look at like by the time I eat, by the time I'm done and I eat, I'm like, bro, the day is over.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? So
that last Sunday, Zayd and I, we were on the Canadian before that, and they were both 3 hours. Dude, we spent the whole fucking day. Yeah.
That's just crazy, like, yo.
We really need to start charging for our time, boys.
You got
like $10 an hour. Throw me something.
I'm gonna send you some fentanyl, Stu.
All right. You keep on saying you're going to do that. It hasn't happened.
You gotta shoot me a reminder because I got so much orders to get out the fentanyl.
I'll get in line.
Ken had a bulk order.
Yeah, Ken had a bulk order. So
his special recipe.
Yeah.
Kendall.
Yeah, the Kendall recipe. All right. Yeah, let's try to keep it like I think 2 hours is more than enough. And we're doing twice a week, I think 2 hours is good. All right.
Feedback is good though. People seem to be liking it. We just have to win shows and then the shit will take off.
Yeah.
It's gonna be where it is.
You guys will.
Something.
The build up for the couch should be good.
I think so. I think you guys
evolved into a bunch of shit talking.
Yeah.
I think you guys could squeak in there. Just barely slide in there like a little bit.
Me and Stu aren't going to be on the same podcast.
Yeah, you have to.
a few weeks out.
Robin Strand's doing the Cal too, so we got to pull him in here.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he was doing New York, Cal, and Toronto.
Awesome.
So yeah,
I didn't know that.
I like Robin. Good guy.
Cool dude. Cool dude, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Deepest voice in the world.
Yeah.
Very nice guy.
What's that sponsor he got? I'm trying to get in on that sponsor, that GA sponsor.
BioLab. They're based in Europe, but
shout out BioLab. Hey, send us a care package.
The care package is a big one.
Yeah, shout out BioLab. Yeah. Can I pull them up? Yeah, let's pull up BioLab.
Baby.
Be careful. Be careful, baby.
You're a shill.
Careful, yeah. Careful.
I feel like nowadays you start pulling up stuff like that, YouTube, they going after you, right?
Yeah, for real.
I had to fucking pull that peptide company from my bio. I mean, from the what do you call it? The notes.
Description.
What do you call that shit?
Description box.
Yeah, because I'm hearing that they coming down on people. So I don't want that.
No joke.
I got some good old videos here. I don't want my shit to come down, bro. Memory lane, All right. Long, milder cycles versus shorter blasts. Which do you prefer?
Long blasts.
But not mild, just not milder, yeah, just long blasts. Yeah.
Really, like you probably want to spend 20 weeks on a manageable dose
I think
rather
so.
than like 12. And you don't have to start at like, if you're eventually going to work your way up to like 1,500 milligrams of drugs, you could start at like 700 or 800 and titrate up to just work your way up. I don't like using the word titrate because it sounds too sciencey, but yeah.
Titration. What's your approach, Zayd? Zalo?
Honestly, I like long cycles with moderate durations. Definitely I think it works better, and switching out compounds every 3 months, that would be better, just to keep your body guessing, if that makes any sense. And because long blasts, I feel like they saturate your blood too quickly, and then you stop getting gains after a short while, unless you have to up the food or up the intensity, or you know. I feel like the safer route is to do longer cycles, but more moderate dosages.
Well, so what are you going to be doing for your whole off season? You're starting real low, and because you're going to be taking all of this year off to grow, are you going to like do the whole cycle year long, or are you going to like run 20 weeks, take a little break, and then get going again?
To be honest with you, I'm trying to do this whole year a big ass cycle. Okay. So that's why I'm starting very low, and then I'm trying to play the each certain compound as a different card. I would use one compound, add more, and then use something later, if that makes sense. So yeah, just a big ass experiment, big ass cycle. Yeah. So, and I decided to try IGF before I try GH, because this would give me an accurate like feedback if it's a real IGF or not real IGF. You know, because I got some IGF.
I don't think that's a good idea. I gotta be honest with you.
Why not?
Unless you're getting Increlex, you're not gonna get like any.
What to say? Do you have the Increlex hookup?
Yeah.
So, hello, man. We're right here.
No, I don't have it.
It's not gonna be close. Like you using good GH versus IGF, it's not gonna show you what you're gonna get from the GH. You're just gonna get like a good pump and some fullness, but it won't be even close. Like when you do the GH, you're gonna be like bigger, fuller, harder, like every day for a while. The IGF is not gonna give you any of that.
And it takes time anyway. You may as well just, instead of trying to start, later, just start it.
So when's the best time to take IGF?
Pre-workout.
But no, I mean during the cycle, beginning of the cycle, or towards the end of the cycle.
The entire cycle, if you can. But I don't believe you're gonna get any good results from IGF. Like at least not like long-term dense muscle
peptide stuff.
Yeah, no.
I mean, the one like viable story that we got was from Compton. He was getting real French IGF or Increlex, and keep in mind this is Compton, so he's going to be super responsive to whatever. And he was talking to his buddies at the Olympia, and they were like, "Yeah, we're using 1 milligram a day," and he was using like 100 mcgs or something.
Yeah,
and
really small.
And he was getting like bigger and harder and fuller, like for the couple of months that he was using it. That was kind of like in a weird setting though. It wasn't an off season for him. It was like between shows, right?
Yeah. And he said too during that pod, he said that he's not gonna give sole responsibility to the IGF, the Increlex, for that. Because he was also still doing other stuff. So he said he doesn't know if it contributed to it or it was something else. So it's
he didn't talk about whether it stuck around afterwards too.
No, he didn't. Zay, if you do IGF for a while before you do GH, I think you're wasting your money and wasting your time. If you want to try IGF, I would do the GH and do the IGF on top of it. And if you're gonna pick one, 100% pick the GH. It's not even close. Unless you're getting.
But don't you take GH to raise your IGF?
Yeah, but GH has its own purpose as well. That's what's going to keep you leaner, right? The growth is keeping you leaner. The IGF conversion is what's going to add the size to you. But that IGF is not actual IGF. I don't know what it is. and it works for getting a good pump, but you're not gonna see what you're gonna see from GH. You know what I'm saying? You're just.
And I heard after 2 weeks you get really desensitized to it after 2 to 3 weeks, so you have to cut it out and then reintroduce it later.
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
I did exactly what you did. Like before I ever did GH, I did the IGF, and I got great pumps and I got great fullness, and that was about it. And then it tapered off after a couple of weeks, and I was right back to normal. When I did the GH, just at 2 IUs, my body completely transformed, bro. I started like 8 weeks out. I was a different person within 4 weeks. So it's not comparable. You're gonna spend almost the same money to get a quarter of the results. It doesn't make sense, from being honest.
I quit all that shit to like SARMs. You know, it's just like SARMs. Like what's the point? Just stick with the basics. You know they work.
Basic stuff.
Just stick with the basics. You know they work. You know
what Zeta is doing makes sense. Like the approach, like the slow approach, whatever. But honestly, I feel like you're going a little too slow. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get cute with it. Like there's a simple way to do this. We're not calling you out, like, you know.
We're not calling out.
Because had off seasons before.
Yeah. And I also never told you, I'm actually focused on getting stronger in the gym again before I start pushing things. So that's priority to me, you know. So I want to train harder first before I start introducing all these fucking drugs again, you know.
I think
that's my priority.
You're a pretty high volume guy, right? With training, I know you train with like Brad and fucking forgetting his name. Who's your coach?
Douglas.
Doug Frucci.
Right.
So like, I mean, you'd be surprised like how little you need to do to like progress and get stronger in an off season when, you know, you're just trying to like put weight on the bar. You won't need to do as many sets necessarily.
Yeah, but I also feel like you're looking for the lowest effective dose, right? But you also want if you can do a dose that's going to be the same exact health, you know, you're going to be just as healthy, but see more results. Why would you not do it, right? So 200 tests, right? Let's say 200 tests. If you were to do 300 or 400 tests, your blood work wouldn't go south anytime. You know what I'm saying? You would still be just as healthy, but you would get more results. So going with the low approach is smart, but just because you have a couple years, don't waste months neither. Like still get the most possible you can get so you can be the best bodybuilder possible in 2 years. You know, so slow and steady, but don't overdo that neither. Don't get too carried away.
Yeah, you're able to get results from that really low dose right now because you spend so much time off, like not cruising, just off compared to like me or Beatty. You know, so we're just more saturated with drugs, which isn't necessarily a good thing, right? But because you're just more sensitive, period. So like a higher dose will also have a higher effect on you.
Are you still with Brad Rowe?
Yeah.
You're doing your own thing. Okay. Well,
and he's all for it. He's like, why not? You're starting slow and let's just take our time. Next month, which is March, where we'll add in GH, and then we'll get a big response from that, and then up the food, train harder, get more results out of that, and then add more tests, and then probably get more results out of that, then probably introduce equipoise at 300. That would do another boost. I'm taking it step by step.
For sure.
You know. Plus, honestly, I want to go back to the love of training again. I want to feel like what I felt 10 years ago when I was going to the gym. I would have a fucking blast each and every workout. As I got older, my discipline is there, but my urge to lift is getting lower and lower. And I hate to admit it, but it's true.
Yeah, no,
I'm trying to channel. I'm trying to channel that old younger self of that version of man.
Beatty, how long does it take me and Paul to train, bro? Beatty has had to wait like an hour and a half, and then we're like, okay, now we'll start.
No, to get into it. But when you guys started, you guys were going hard, bro. You guys,
but it takes some time because we know. I mean, but it takes some like that moment, like fuck, we really gotta do this. Okay, we're gonna fucking do it.
I think we all want to be in our early 20s.
I always wondered. always wondered, why does this fade away, or it gets less and less?
Part of being a grown man, bro. Part of being an adult. Like there's gonna be things that I was thinking the other day, right? I won't say exactly what I was thinking about. I was thinking of certain situations that I might be in, and I'm like, I got to be honest. If I had to pick one, I'm not picking bodybuilding over that. But 5 years ago, I would have been like, fuck all that bodybuilding. I don't give a fuck about any of that. But now I'm like, yeah. There still has to be. We're grown men at this point, so we're not kids anymore. We can't just be like bodybuilding. I love bodybuilding. Fuck the world. There's things in life that are more important, and that's gonna play itself out. You know what I'm saying? So we're still very passionate, but it's different. It's gonna be different, right? Which I'm sorry.
I equate it to like driving a car, right? The first time you learned to drive a car, you were so excited. You're driving your car everywhere, picking your friends up, going every single place. 10 years later, you still drive, right? If someone asks you, do you like to drive? You probably, yeah, but you don't think twice about it, right? It's just something you do. Now, if you lose your car and you can't drive for 2 weeks and you hop back in a car again and you're like, damn, I miss driving. You know what I mean? I equate that same thing with bodybuilding. I just feel like you still love it, but you've been doing it for over 10 years at this point. You're not going to feel the same way as the first time you picked up a weight. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, the novelty wears off. It's tough. It's normal with everything, but you have to. If you love it enough, you'll keep doing it hard, and that's how it goes.
My only thing is that sometimes when I feel like that, I'm like, but what else would I do? And I can't think of anything that I would rather be doing. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of a painful realization.
That's why I came back to competing. When COVID happened, I was gonna quit. I was done. And those months where I realized I couldn't actually train, that's when I realized, man, I really love this shit, man. I really love this shit.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, the entire 2019, the year 2019. I wasn't a bodybuilder. I wasn't on any gear. I wasn't eating any like set meals. I was just like, fuck it. It was just like, I did whatever the fuck I wanted. And in doing that, it made me miss it. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I kind of miss going hard in this motherfucker. And then, so I was trying to train like a regular guy, doing like 20 rep sets and shit like that. And there was something missing. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me do it again. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So I just can't imagine not doing it. But there's gonna be a day when we're not doing it. But I feel like we're gonna be at peace. So I don't think we're gonna be one of those guys at the gym in the stringer. Like, I used to bench 500 pounds. I feel like once we're done, we're gonna be okay with that. We're still gonna be like in the sport, doing podcasts, hopefully still. But we're not gonna be
good for.
That's all. Yeah. But I don't think any of us are going to be like bitter about it or put anybody down or try to relive it. Like we did it and now we don't do it. It's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, I don't know if that's going to be the case.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Say it, man. You still love this shit. Like I know exactly what you're talking about, and I know how you feel because sometimes you probably feel kind of guilty. It's like, man, I should love this more than I do. But dude, we all feel the same way, man.
We do.
We all feel exactly the same way. It's just a part of you. It's just a part of who you are. It's not going to be the same as that first time you bench 225 in the gym. You know what I mean? Like now, you're lifting relatively heavy. You go 4 plates, you go 5 plates. Okay, 6 plates. Okay, it's 6 plates, but it's not like, damn, I did 6 plates. It's
no facts.
It kind of just wears off. It just wears off, but it's part of what you do. It's part of you.
I wonder if some of that will come back later. Because, like, speaking for myself, at least, I'm kind of in this weird doldrums spot right now where, like, professionally, like, I'm not, like, the guy who people pick to win a show, right? I might be eventually, but I'm not there yet. But I'm wondering, like, how is my potential even there yet? Or can it even be there?
I think so.
And it's kind of like I'm going to these shows that I'm going to be doing this year, and I'm like, I know I'm not going to win. And that's a mind fuck. You train and you diet like you're going to win, but it's still in your head. And it's hard to get yourself in that same kind of mindset.
Yes.
Like a guy like Nick believes he's going to win the Olympia truly, right? There's no doubt in his mind. So like, I'll bet he has some of that same fire that we had in our early 20s.
I think he does.
He has a lot of it. And I think maybe if you're in the mix, like at that level,
it's a
different game because you're that good. But like, I don't know. I'm not there right now mentally.
Yeah. I think if you know that you can very well be Arnold Champ and Mr. Olympia, I think there's going to be a different fire. And we're talking about $500,000 on the line. It's going to be a different kind of drive, but I think there's going to be a lot of drive there. I would have to agree with that. Also for Zayd, like I'm not trying to give you advice or anything, but I feel like it would be your coach right now, Brad Rowe. I love Brad Rowe, but his heart is not in the sport at all. It's actually the opposite. He's completely out of the sport mentally and emotionally. I don't think that's conducive to you being a new pro and giving it your all. You know what I'm saying? So,
but he would be a useful. Useful. He's your friend. I won't say that word, but he's
mentor.
He's a mentor. He's going to give you some perspective on shit because
insight.
He was very good at this sport, and he got out of it eventually, and he's going to kind of understand that mental game.
Healthy. Yeah. I mean, he's very. We should actually have him on the podcast. He's a very like free thinker and very open minded, right? And I think that's really good insight to have. Like he doesn't look at the world the way we do. He's had times in his life where he was rich as fuck. He had times where he had nothing. So he has all of that. He had time where he was the shit. He could be on magazine covers, the whole nine. And he had times where he wasn't, so he knows what it's like to be in a marriage and be divorced. He has a lot of insight on life. And that's like a good person to have in your life as a mentor for sure. Now strictly, let me get as jacked as possible. I think you want somebody who is fully into that right now, Blue, Compton. I think those kind of guys are what you need at this moment. That's just my perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm nobody to give you advice because you're doing great already as it is.
And the thing is, whatever
you are, man, I'm very, very okay with constructive criticism. I take advice very well. And I never said that you're wrong about that. If probably somebody else is better for that, but I really like moving slow. I really do, just to make sure, I'm doing it for the right purposes. And I said,
"Who's Mutant, bitch?"
What the fuck?
It's like, what is that?
That's hilarious.
Name yourself, Mutant bitch.
Mutant bitch.
I didn't even know we could do that.
What's up?
I was like, who the hell is that?
What's good, brother?
I didn't know we had an option to put our names like that.
I didn't know that.
I put that in my phone, so every time like my shit comes up in my car, everyone's like, "What the fuck?"
What's good, Nick?
What up? What up?
You're in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, I'm in New Jersey. Yeah.
Oh, like dope. I didn't even know you landed. You're by your parents?
Yeah.
That's fucking dope. You gonna do the whole prep there?
Yeah, I'm not leaving.
That's kind of.
It's funny. Leaving.
One person at a time.
Oh, who's somebody was talking?
Beatty, the talking stick.
Yeah, so it's funny because we was just talking about having that passion, the same passion you had in your 20s, right? But you're literally where you were at when you kind of were like fully, like when you had that little boy passion about the sport. So being back home, you think you're gonna feel those feelings again? Like,
yeah, I to some degree felt like over the years I lost that a little bit. So now being back home, where I think this is truly my home, with my family, and I'm starting to already feel like that passion again. And I have a great gym that's like 10 minutes from my mom's house. So Ken might know it, Performance Strength Academy.
Which are you doing? Is it the new one you're going to, or the new one?
The new one's like 10, 15 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you're lucky. I'm set. I feel good here. And honestly, I just wanted to get away, fully lock in, and just spend time with family and earn my second ring where I belong.
I bet in Vegas there's a lot of, there's just a lot of bodybuilding people there. It's probably a little draining having to talk to people.
I love Vegas. Don't get me wrong. Vegas is great. and I say this all the time, like I fucking hate Jersey, like with a passion.
Why?
Ask Ken. It's fucking dark. It's gloomy. It's disgusting.
There's no sun. It's just gray all the time. It's like Gotham, bro. It's like fucking Gotham.
It is, but I say it's still home. You know?
Yeah.
This is where my family is, and I want to be with family, so.
Yeah.
So
we were just
question is, are we getting basement check-in pictures again?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Back at it, baby.
Fuck yeah.
Old school.
Oh yeah.
Now, it's funny because we just had a whole conversation about passion, right? Like, as you get older, it's hard to have that same kid-like passion because you're not a kid anymore. And then life gets real, right? Like, all this shit happens. We're talking about houses and apartments and fucking marriages, divorce. Like, there's so much shit that happens in life. Financial shit, sponsors, the whole nine, right? And life gets so real that it's hard to keep that same kid-like passion. But if Stu was like, but if Stu actually brought you up, he was like, but what happens when you're actually in contention that you can be Mr. Olympia and you can be the Arnold champion? Does that come back or is it different?
No, it definitely comes back. I mean, I feel like even with this injury, I didn't lose it. I think it fucked with me, obviously, because, a week out from the biggest show of my life. That's the only show I ever prepared for. I can, without arrogance, I can say I never thought I would ever have to qualify again, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. But that didn't, if anything, that allowed me to kind of take a step back and light that fire again that I was missing. Mm-hmm. So to a degree, I feel like it's a little blessing in disguise to have that. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to do it, where I'm from. And with the show being in Jersey, I'm like, why the fuck not?
And and Nick just said that because that's exactly what I was trying to say, Zaid. I think we all hit on the same point. It's when you can't do it to the 100% that you want to do it. That's when you realize how much you love this shit, and that's when that passion.
No, comes back. You're right, but it also puts in perspective. Like, yeah, I get it with the hamstring injury, not the worst, whatever, but it just shows, like, in the snap of a finger, everything you work for could be taken from you. I'm at that point where it's like, not that I'm going to take it more serious, because I don't think I could really take it any more serious than I do, but more so enjoy it again. Because I think you get so locked in, you get so tunnel vision, so focused that the fun of it goes away. You take the own fun out of it, of how much pressure you apply on yourself, how serious you take it. And I'm not saying, don't take it serious, but at the same time, you have to also realize when you step on that stage, you're not in control anymore. Like, you could come in your entire best, doesn't mean you're gonna win. You're being judged. Mm-hmm. So you just have to enjoy it. You know what you need to do, get it done, and then show up at your best. Is the pressure going to be applied? Of course. I mean, it's inevitable. I think we all apply pressure. It doesn't, it is what it is. But don't let it control you. And I think that's one thing I let happen to myself over a couple of years. I put too much pressure on myself that it consumes me. Mm-hmm. And now I'm just, after this injury and what I'm, having to requalify, I'm just taking a step back from all that and want to just enjoy it more, be back in my own element, and just have fun.
Mm-hmm. That's dope. At this point, if anybody wants to jump in, just jump in, because I'm gonna keep talking.
I'm looking forward to this new era of Nick, because honestly, like I am nervous to talk to Nick because I know he's like
locked in.
He's like on a different level of focus, right, from most of us, right? But it sounds like you're a little more human now, which is not that you weren't before.
I'm still gonna whoop that ass though.
I know. I was literally just saying, like, I'm not going to win these shows I'm doing, but I'm still gonna train like I.
Yeah, but see, it's even what I told you in your DMs. You don't have that mindset. Like, even if you truly believe you're like, I might get second, I might get third. Don't think that way, because I used to think that way, right? When I was going into my New York Pro, for a little while I was nervous. I'm like, fuck, man, like I'm gonna get some good motherfucking people. And then I don't know what triggered it, but I just woke up and I said, fuck that. I'm like, I'm gonna whoop everyone's ass in this show. And that's exactly what I did. And people frowned me for it. They're like, this fucking newbie, who the fuck is this? And then I won that shit. And then I said I was going to win the Arnold, knowing who was in it. Did I really think I was going to win that Arnold? Truthfully, I knew I was going to be top 3. Winning, I don't know. But I still talk that shit because I know deep down, if I improved from New York to the Arnold, win or lose, you can't say shit because I improved and I look way better. Someone was obviously more experienced and more matured than I was. But I won anyway, so it is what it is.
But Nick,
but then I went to the Olympia and I took 5th. So I mean, it is what it is. Always, it's okay. I don't talk shit on anyone. I never talk bad mouth to anyone. And if I do, everyone knows I fuck around. But you just have to have that full confidence. And there's no cockiness there. There's no arrogance there.
I think it's more like what you just said. You do your best to win, right? But like once you're on that stage, it's out of your hands. Yeah, and that's why I don't say those things, because I know that like it's not up to me,
Yeah, but then there's nothing. It's harder. There's nothing better. There's nothing better than a controversy show.
But it's also, Nick. It's also
what I'm saying.
It's harder when you put that out there and you don't deliver. Nick, you have the blessing where you delivered on what you said.
We did.
That's the point. I know.
There's been a lot of people that have said a lot of shit that have not delivered.
Listen, that's the point. I know. Even if I don't win, I will 1,000% always deliver. And the show, no matter what show I'm in, whoever's like really, I'm toe to toe with, it's gonna go back and forth, pose after pose after pose after pose until someone fucking cracks. That's my goal. Win or lose, best believe it's going to be a battle, no matter what.
No, I think because I used to talk to Paul about this. I think I talked to Beatty about it. Like going into USA is 12 weeks out. I was telling Paul I'm going to win, and it wasn't because I saw that I was better than everybody. It was because I chose to believe that I was going to do everything that it took to win. Now, whether I won or not didn't fucking matter, but I knew in my head if I did everything, I'll always have a chance of winning. Because you never know, like they're saying, who's going to crack, who's going to spill over. Someone could fuck up. And because you did everything right, you still have a chance. So if you believe a certain, like you talk about it, be about it, and then show up, you have a chance always to an extent,
I agree with you, Joe. The difference and why I agree with Stu, because I have the same issue now, is going into the pro ranks, right, is completely different. Like, Nick, Andrew, these guys are anomalies where they've been able to go their rookie year, win a pro show, go to the Olympia. That is not the
norm. I didn't win my rookie show.
Well, I mean, we don't consider that. It was your rookie year. We don't consider. We don't consider.
We don't count that.
Like,
we don't
count that. You get a mulligan. I don't want to cut you off, but even after I did Chicago and I got 4th, I remember getting off stage. I went back to my room. I looked at Matt in the face and I said, they will never beat me again. And they haven't.
Yeah. But listen, what I'm trying to say too, is that's not the norm, right? A lot of guys, their first year, second year, it takes a little bit of time before they start becoming first call outs, winning pro shows, going consistently to the Olympia, and then from there challenging for the title. Right.
For sure.
So a guy like Stu is in that position. I'm in that position. Joe's in that position. Where
I feel like I'm in that position again, because like last year the shows were decent, right? Yeah. This year they're going to be really stacked.
Well, I'll tell you what,
in New York last year.
I'll even tell you, when I took 2nd at USA's against Zach Merkel, I'll be honest, I was pissed as fuck. Like I still will not say he beat me. I don't know what we're wrong, but I will say I am also thankful that I didn't win, because when I did win North Americans, that was when I actually truly felt I was ready to be a pro. I didn't need to take a year off. I truly felt, for me, when I won North Americans, I had the physique to automatically go into the pro ranks and be competitive. So that's what I did. And seeing how I took fourth against, at the time, a pretty good Akeem, a pretty good Justin, and a pretty good Max Charles at the time, I said, oh, shit. I said, okay, I got work to do. I said, but they'll never beat me again. And then I took, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months off. And then that's when I started prep for the New York Pro. And I just fucked it up.
See, I just want to mention one thing. One thing that I always have over Nick is I beat Morgan Rice's guys at the USA, and you didn't.
One thing I want to say is I think if Nick would have beat Zach Merkel that year, I don't know if we have the same Nick, because I remember from the outside looking in, it was a different Nick. I feel like that was the moment. Like, you were confident, but after that moment, you lost that show, and you went to that I don't know what it's called. It was Undeniable, right? Undeniable.
Yeah.
And you did that. You were a different person from then on, and you're still that different person. I think that loss maybe changed your perspective on something. I don't know what, but because of that loss, you became a better bodybuilder for it. You know what I'm saying?
100%. And people have to understand, even for me, like, when you, for me specifically, an injury or a setback, it actually drives me more. Like, for a lot of people, it would set them back. It would destroy them mentally, emotionally, like literally all of it. When I feel, for me, when something bad happens, I like literally refocus immediately. Like, when I got home from the Olympia, I went to do cardio the next morning, and I was just thankful that I was able to pedal a goddamn bike. And then I would go to the gym, and I would still train. Dude, I don't know, it was like 2 weeks after I tore it, I went to go train legs. I just wanted to try it. I didn't do any hamstrings, but I was leg pressing. I did like 10 sets of 2 plates aside for like 20 reps. And I'll be honest, it ain't shit, but my lats are pretty fucking sore, I ain't gonna lie. But it was, I don't know. I'm not dumb. Like, I understand there's an injury, so I'm not gonna be dumb about it, but it's not gonna stop me. You understand what I'm saying? And because I knew it was bad, but not like horrible as it looked, I knew I could slowly ease my way into it. And now where I'm at, I still take it easy. I don't push it crazy hard yet. I can train it relatively hard. I will not touch a stiff leg probably for a very long time. I honestly don't think I need to, because I feel my hamstrings are pretty dominant as is.
You don't.
Yeah, but it's the mental part, right? Like, you feel like it's needed because you've done it your whole career. But the way I see how my hamstrings look right now, I feel like even my good one, I feel like it's progressed without doing anything.
So you tore your left one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so and you posed on your side shots, you're posing your right one, right?
On my right.
Okay.
So
that's good.
But on my right, like I tore that calf.
Really?
So that was really why I really didn't try to even attempt to do the Olympia, because when I had that calf tear in my right leg, I couldn't flex it, which means I couldn't flex my hamstring. I could barely squeeze my glute. I could barely stand on it. If I just had that hamstring and everything else was fine, I would have been more than happy to get my way out on that stage and do what I got to do. And in my mind, with the way I actually looked, if you just don't really pay attention to the puffiness of the back of my leg, I'm not saying I would have won, but I probably would have stayed top 3.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody would argue that. I don't think anybody argues that. To go back what you said earlier, I think it's important that you said that as confident as you are, right? You still are gonna have some doubts, right? Because you're still a human being.
We're human. To say I'm confident 100% of the time is unrealistic. It's not. But in majority of the time, am I? Yeah. But we're human. You may wake up one morning, like I'm sure Stu wakes up sometimes in prep and goes, "Fuck, I look banging." End of the night, he's like, "I'm like dog shit."
And then I go and look at Instagram. I don't feel that way.
Or it could be vice versa. You wake up that morning, you're like, yo, I fucking hate the way I look. And then after a workout, you look at your pump, you're like, oh shit, we're fucking on today. It's the mental game, but it's just something you have to be able to control. And I think for me, majority of the time, do I have moments? Of course, it is what it is. But have I been able to control it for majority of the time? I do, and I think that's also what separates me from majority of everyone, because I feel toward the end, a lot of people mentally break and they don't know how to handle it, and they get in their own head. They start changing shit. They start fucking around. They might start binging a little bit, and it's like, you were fine. Like, you fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you just have to be able to mentally control it. And also, if you have a coach, I promise you, whoever who's coached by you, he's not going to let you fuck up. Like, that'll look bad on him. Like,
yeah, facts.
So just have, and that's why I feel like I don't understand why a lot of times competitors break that way, because it's like, if you trust who you're working with, you really shouldn't. Like, and if you don't think something's going that well, it's called communication. Like, say, hey, something's not clicking. We need to fix something. And any good coach is going to be like, okay, what do you think? Let's talk about it. I believe a good coach and client relationship is communication and discussing things and listening to feedback. If you have a coach that's like, nah, this is what we're doing, keep going, but you know something don't feel right, then, obviously it's just not the right coach for you. Me and Matt have that relationship. It seems like Stu and Blue have that relationship.
Stu and
I'm
Blue.
sure Ken and Andrew have that. If you don't have that type of relationship, you got to go. You got to go.
But Nick, you know what I think it is at that, because I'm starting to, now that I'm a new pro, and how I came onto the scene at North Americans, it's nothing to your level, but I kind of got into the spotlight, right? So now you're on social media. There are people that have expectations. I think it's pressure.
It's the pressure.
I think it's pressure because
it's always pressure.
Like, I remember, like, just even myself, going in the New Jersey state that happened, the lighting there was terrible or whatnot. And I guess the NPC photos came out and people saw those photos, and
you look like shit, right?
Dude, I look like dog shit, bro. Dog shit. You were like, this dude looks weird. Like, they were like, why does his body look so weird? And I was
that's why I'll say this. That's why when I see like pictures of me that come out, from shows, I just don't even like acknowledge it, because I could look phenomenal in person, but in those pictures, I'm gonna look ass cheeks.
Because like another example,
like, it's true. Like, when people critique, like, oh, Nick don't look that good, and then people are like, nah, you should have seen it in person. It's like, ignore the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why people get mad at me. So like, why do you post pictures so much? You do so much. You show so much. Like, I remember, because let's be honest, you're never gonna look the same. I remember for the Olympia last year when I took third, I post pictures the morning of prejudging, straight out of bed, flat as could fucking be, and everyone's like, oh, Nick ain't gonna be ready, he flat as shit. Do you realize a physique can change in like that?
Yeah.
And then I came out on stage that Friday full as a fucking house. You will never look the same as your morning. You will never look the same as your morning photo. That's why, like, I just laugh. I'm like, I don't care what people say. Like, it is what it is. Give me a couple rights and watch how full I get. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, because I remember what was it, Texas Pro, and I think there were some photos. I don't know if you guys remember. There were some photos that leaked of Carlos from a couple of weeks ago, and they were like, "Oh, this is his current condition." And people were like flaming him online. Like, I can't imagine like how he must have felt, like 2 weeks going into the show, and people are like writing him off. Like, this guy's putting his heart and soul into this.
No, that's prep. Good.
I
love when people write me off. Go ahead, do it.
Yeah, we gotta do
that. That brings me that shit. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry, but I don't have like, this might sound rude, but I don't have sympathy for people that, when you post a picture and then there's negativity and it gets in your head. I've been literally counted out my entire career. Still now, like even this past Olympia, people rooted me out before I got injured, and then Matt posted our pictures, and everyone's like, "Oh, he couldn't have won the show." Like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, I've been counted out so many times. Like, I don't care, but that's the point. It's social media. You should not care.
We should do this on purpose.
Or they tell you to step on stage with the hamstring and you could have won. That's what they also tell you.
Oh, that
I mean,
he was serious. He was serious.
Yeah. I mean, it's like this. Like people thought Nick couldn't turn pro. It sounds silly. It sounds silly now. By the time people actually said, "No, Nick isn't turning pro," and it's like
I was told I would never turn pro. I was told I would never be a good pro. I was told I would never win a show. I was told I would never be top 5 at the Olympia. Yeah. I conquered all of it.
Yeah, but then you know that it changes. Then it's like, well, then he'll never be top 3, and then you top 3. Well, then he'll never win. I feel like the goalpost is gonna keep moving.
Yeah.
When he wins,
has legs,
bro. When he wins, well. He won 1, but he can't win 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. Oh, he won that one. He won't do it again though. Yeah. Okay.
It's not gonna stop. Honestly.
And 9 times out of 10, it's people that just can't make it as a bodybuilder. Period.
Yeah.
What do I care?
Yeah.
When I look at those people, I don't get mad because I'm like, I'm doing what you couldn't do. So why would I listen to you?
Also, the thick skin is built right because I'm sure.
Well, you know how it is on the East Coast, bro. We don't.
Oh, of course, we don't care. Like the way Nick talks to me, he wouldn't be able to talk to everybody else like that because they would be like, "What the fuck," or get sensitive about it, right?
Oh yeah, but I let Beatty have it, bro.
but like I don't mind because I also talk to people the same way sometimes, right? But being in LA or Nick being in Vegas. If Nick goes to the gym and people come up to me, he talks to them like that, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I don't fucking like this guy.
You're a fucking asshole, bro."
Yeah. But you also have to say, if somebody's giving you advice, they care about you, right? Nobody like Nick isn't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not gonna try to help somebody if he doesn't give a fuck about them. So if he's telling you something, it's because he wants you to do better. So anything he tells you.
I don't want to say I consider myself, one of the best or anything, but I thoroughly enjoy helping people. I like to help new pros to develop a good mindset because I've been there. I know what it feels like, and I know also what it feels like to conquer that shit and get over it and be resilient. And I think if more people develop that, I honestly think bodybuilding could be better than what it is because I hate to keep quoting Kai and sound all weird and shit, but the body follows with the mind. Like if your mind tells you, I'm going to win, you might not win, but you're going to look fucking crazier than you think you look. And if more people develop that shit, you know how many people I know, top pros, they'll be weak out. I'm not going to win, man. Like I don't look good. Shut the fuck up, man. Like you compete to win. I just don't get it. I really don't. Because like, I don't care if you know in your head, I'm probably not going to win. You don't say that shit out loud. You come looking your best, and you might shock yourself. Fuck out of here.
Which one comes first, though, right? Is it the belief, or is it when you start? Because did you start believing in yourself like that because you started
I believed
doing
I was
better?
going to be Mr. Olympia when I was 17 years old.
So you had that from day one.
When I was a skinny little shithead. I told myself I'll be Mr. Olympia.
So do you think if let's say Stu goes to Cal and Stu wins Cal, do you think Stu's mindset is going to change? He's going to be like, you know what? Fuck this shit.
I would hope.
I could do it.
Let me tell you something. And I would hope, even if Stu, let's just say, comes second or third at this New York Pro, with how competitive it is, I would hope Steve's confidence raises from that.
Me too.
Oh no, I don't think I'm getting second or third. So yeah, I would.
We see what I'm saying? Already the wrong mindset.
It's a mindset that works for me. Okay, so like,
well, that's fine. But if Stu wins a pro show, yeah, I would hope your confidence goes up. Like,
yeah, because
I just want to clarify something. Like, I'm just being realistic. Part of it is not knowing how I will compare to a lot of these guys because I've never competed against them, and part of it is just, I don't want to oversell and underdeliver, to myself or to my fans, whatever fans I have. I think that makes you look like a jackass.
If you don't deliver.
Nick delivers. That's what I said. It doesn't look like a jackass.
I never gave a fuck about that. So thank God I always delivered.
Nick, that's exactly what I said. That's the difference. You delivered. There's been a lot of people that have said a lot of shit that did not deliver.
Well, that's the thing, because I know
backfired really bad.
Well, maybe that's why, because I know I will deliver.
Yeah.
I know I'll deliver a good look for me, but yeah, I mean, this is my second comparison. I'm realistic.
Still, how much heavier are you this year?
At the start of prep, you're probably like 5 or 6 pounds. But I'm
leaner. You're leaner though, right?
Yeah, so I'm guessing I'll be like 255, 260. But so like I'll be improved, but I don't know if I'll be like.
Isn't that crazy?
Eating people improved.
Stu said it'll be around 255 on stage. That's exactly what I was going to weigh at the Olympia.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Stu has a bigger head, man. Stu has a big head, so it looks different.
We were just talking about this.
It looks different on him. Yeah, like Stu has to be that big. It looks like Stu has to be that big to be competitive because it's how it looks on his body. Whereas I think Nick has a smaller head, right? No,
Nick has a tiny head. Have you ever measured your head, bro?
It used to be big when I was skinny, so I don't know.
Wait, do you know how big your head is around, like circumference?
No, not as big as you used to.
No. You got to measure that and tell us.
What is yours?
Just looking at Zoom. Look at people's faces. Like Nick's is in, mine's in. Stu's is like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like square.
My head is like just over 25 inches in circumference, which I looked up like a distribution of like how big people's heads are, just because I was curious. It's like top 5% of anybody. It's really big. So
speaking of big heads, I just met Mike Israel. Oh, he got a big head, man.
Yeah, in every sense of the word.
He got a big head. like he's a super dope, super cool guy, boy. The nicest guy
Mike's
ever.
Dope.
But in proportion to his body, his head is pretty fucking big.
Wait, so is there three of us? Is there three of us in prep right now?
I start Monday.
Yeah. Oh,
Dude, you started, right?
I start next week.
Your first show's New York?
Yeah, I'm getting blood work pulled on tomorrow just to see where things are at, and then I'm going to start on.
You're going to do Cali too?
I'm playing New York, California, and Toronto, and then probably some later shows as well, just because actually they're doing the Vancouver now. That was not on the list, but it is now.
Okay, let me ask you. If you win one of them, do you keep going or you stop for the Olympia?
Well, I don't expect to, but yeah, I probably would stop.
Who's doing Cali, do you know? Or no, not yet?
Probably a lot of the guys from New York.
How come you don't? That's too soon. I was gonna say. I was gonna ask if you're gonna do Detroit, but that's
yeah, they love me there. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, seriously, I know that Fuad's not judging the show, but fuck, man, like.
No, I'm good.
You want to take no chances?
I'll pass.
But Detroit looks like it's going to be a light show, though. Presumably, some guys from the Arnold are going to continue on to it, but
that's the one after the Arnold, right?
It's like April 14th or 20th or something.
So it's after the Arnold UK.
Yeah.
Is it before or after Arnold Brazil?
After. Actually,
so all the Arnolds are first.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the point.
I'm gonna look up the list.
I mean, I can't imagine an American competitor would do this planning. If they're going to do shows, they'll probably just wait till New York anyway. At that point, I don't think.
Well, except unless you're like living in Brazil.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Joe, what show are you doing?
For me,
Joe.
Yeah.
The Cal.
You don't want to do New York?
No, it's the week before, and I'm not gonna have the money to go to New York. I live in California, so it's like Like,
Joe's just gonna roll out of bed and compete.
Yeah, he's gonna get up. I mean, I think Cal is gonna be stacked because if you have Nick doing New York, right? That means almost everybody. Because that means Tonio is gonna do Cal. I would assume that would mean Stu. If Nexzilla goes to New York, I don't know if Nexzilla gonna do it, but that means all these guys are probably gonna do
Nexzilla is supposed to do. Is he able to get here? Like or was that visa shit bullshit? He's just chilled out on diet.
He's not prepping, dude. Did you see the footage with Breon? I think they took it down. He's not prepping.
Yeah, my man was full blown.
Yeah. He's definitely not prepping.
He's in Mexico, bro. He's chilling.
He said, "Nah, I'm not doing it."
It's gonna be stacked. But bringing up Tonio was really quiet his first couple of years, but now that he won New York, his confidence did skyrocket because now he's like, "Yo,
I'm gonna quiet him down a bit."
Nick, do you know Tonio at all? Have you met him?
Yeah, of course. Me and Tony are good friends.
Yeah, Tonio's cool as fuck.
I like Tony a lot.
But I think something similar might happen to Stu because Stu's thing is that he doesn't know how he's going to compare to you guys. But if he compares well and he's right there in the top 3, I think he might be like, you know what? I think I can
start talking my shit.
Talk that talk.
No, dude, that's what I mean. You need the only stabs I'm going to take at people are like hair based. Like I fully intend to ruffle your hair at New York, Nick. I'm going to do this number. You can do it right back.
Yeah,
but that's what I mean. That's what I mean, Beatty. Like there has to be some affirmation because, like you said, we're not kids. We're not kids anymore. You're not just gonna wake up out of bed. You've been a pro, for 2-3 years, and you're gonna say, "I'm winning the Olympia today." Nick, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying like
I did that this morning.
Most of us, right? Yeah, most of us are like.
I didn't even do a show yet. I'm like, I want to be Mr. Olympia.
That's what I mean, right? Or like, to me, it's the equivalent of kids saying, "I'm gonna be the next Chris Bumstead," the new kids. It's like, bro, you haven't even so for Stu, for people like us, it's like, all right, let me win my first pro show. All right, now I'm at the Olympia. Did I come? Maybe I came 16th my first Olympia. Okay, cool. At least I made it there. Time to make it a top 10. Now I'm in top 5. All right, now I can think of winning the Olympia. Nick, you're an anomaly. It's different.
Somebody that different. Look up to in this regard, as far as like how they talk about themselves and how they hold themselves, is Ian. Like Ian he was confident in his abilities. Like he knew he was a front runner to win any show that he was going into, and he was confident that he could beat people, right? And he did frequently. But he also, after a little while of like getting kind of like the 7th to 10th kind of position, he was like kind of got to a cruising speed where he was like, okay, this is where I'm placing. It's really fucking good. I mean, top 10 in the world is really good, but like, he also wasn't, saying he was going to beat Nick at the Arnold. I don't remember him like talking.
No.
Yeah.
No, so that was a good show.
That was.
Any pro and you hear Ian used to say it himself, I could go to any state show during the year, pro show, and win. He got to a point where he was confident enough to say that I can go to any show as long as the top 5 are not there, I'm gonna win that show.
But he also got to the point where he was like, I can't advance past this. So he ended up retiring, which I respect, if he's not continuing to take steps forward, he's hit his ceiling,
But what if that's only his ceiling because that's all he believed he could do? My thing, when I met Stu, I thought Stu was being sarcastic. I thought Stu knew that he could win, but he was just saying that, kind of to be sarcastic, right? Because like Joe
kind of was
because like Joe doesn't say out loud, yo, I'm gonna win this, but Joe believes it. He just doesn't really, he's not vocal about it. But now I'm starting to believe that. I don't know if Stu actually believes. I think he actually believes that he's not going to win, and I believe Stu can win a show this year.
A show,
I think so too.
Yeah,
I believe I could win a show. I think my best shot would probably be Vancouver because nobody knows it's happening.
Okay, I was just gonna ask you if you had to pick one that you felt fully confident in, which one would it have been?
Probably Vancouver because like last year there were 7 guys there, so presumably there will be more this year. But again, they literally just announced that it's happening, so it's going to be a shallower show. And like honestly, that's where I could get in.
Why can't you win Cal?
Because Tonio's going to be there.
Yeah, but he beat you by a few points, and
no, Tonio was 100% first place. There were no split votes there.
Yeah, he had full first.
And I mean, he's improved. I have too. I mean, Tonio. Steve told me that Tonio beat me on condition, which I think he did slightly beat me on condition. But a physique like his, if he shows up correct, a guy like me just cannot beat him.
I don't believe that. Yo, if you're 10 pounds bigger from last year,
depending you got him by how people judge it. It all depends on that, right? You know, I beat Tonio in like muscularity, and structure, and he had better muscle bellies and better condition. Right, so
it's crazy how round he is for how light
he's looking around.
Beatty, in person, he's overwhelming on stage. Like,
I know
he doesn't look big off stage, but when he's on stage with everyone, because New York Pro, I saw both of them, and I was like, that was Stu's kind of breakout year with the hair and everything, and I saw Tony, and I was like, yeah, he's got this. Like it was like clear and concise,
I mean, fans might say otherwise, right?
Okay, But here's the thing, right? I was there as well. But Ross beat Tonio. So you know what I'm saying? So if Stu was like, "Well, I
can't stop talking about California," I have a question. We can't honestly discuss that show here.
No, hold on. I have a question, Stu.
What?
After New York, you did what show last year?
I did California,
and you placed a little lower, right?
I placed 4th. Yes.
How do you know what happened? Did something go wrong for that, or no?
Let's not get into that.
I cannot discuss that. I signed an NDA.
Okay, no, I didn't know. Okay, I didn't
know. We don't talk about that here.
It's the after pod. That's the after pod.
I don't think. Okay, let's just say I don't think anybody in the audience had Stu in 4th. Let's just say that. I think that's fair to say. But yeah, my whole thing is that Ross did beat Tonio, so it's not far fetched to say Stu could beat Tonio. Now I understand that.
Given Sunday,
let's just move on. Let's just move on.
You said
let's just move on from this. There's like Stu said, there's no way we can really talk about that show.
That show doesn't count, bro.
It's a mulligan. Strange things happen in LA.
Yeah, wow.
Ken, what show are you doing?
I'm taking the off season, and then I think I'll do New York next year. Yeah.
You live in Jersey, right? Still?
Yeah, I'm here.
Where at?
I'm in Piscataway area, so close to New Brunswick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're so like by Edison, yeah. So I'm not gonna put it on you because you're in prep, but anytime if you I'd like to come train with you, or maybe on a weekend or something. But
hell no,
I'll leave it up to you, bro.
No, if you want to take a trip down, we'll plan it out.
Yeah, I'll be down for that.
And Nick not gonna say one word to you. You're gonna be like, "Your turn, go."
I don't mind. I don't fucking mind.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I don't mind. Nick, do you have a guy out there to like do content, like training videos for you while you're in Jersey? Okay, good. I want to follow along.
Your brother moved back, right? Your brother's here. Your brother's here now, right?
In Jersey, yeah.
And he does video, right?
Yeah, but I'm probably gonna use someone else sometimes too, because he works a full-time job now. So on days like he can, I'll just use somebody else, and then when he can, I'll use him and Teeter. Because I've been really consistent with it, and I'm actually enjoying it for once. So I kind of want to keep it going.
Yeah. Before we get into questions, anybody who's watching?
You said next time we got Nick on, we were going to show him some old videos of him training, right?
Somebody actually sent me. Let me try to. He was like lifting like 200-pound dumbbells. Hold up, let me see if I can find it.
That was light work, bro.
Yeah, because you're all like lightweight now, right?
Yeah, but I improved. Fuck.
Hold up.
Them 200-pound incline presses, I had a bird chest.
Because Nick, I think the premise was that the last time you came on, you were flaming Beatty and Joe, right? For getting too heavy the offseason and just moving weight. And then they found a video of you being a fucking unit
New York,
moving weight.
Yeah, because I'm trying to preach proper etiquette now, okay? Like what to do.
Lift with their pinkies up.
I think in politics they call that a flip flopper.
I have no problem admitting it. I used to get fucking huge, bro.
There you go. There
yeah,
you
look at that
bro.
shit. Yeah, but you know what? If
big boy.
I definitely was never as fat as Joe, though.
I don't know, Nick.
Joe was fat, bro.
Look at them side boobs, Nick. I don't know about that.
No, I promise you.
I should move it though. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Nick. Let's get a side view. Oh, damn!
And the rolls on the back of his head.
That ass.
Those are gone now.
I saw.
I still got the rolls in the back of my head, even when I'm dieting down.
Okay, sorry, Nick. I got the hair to cover those up.
That was funny. Somebody like DM me. Look at Nick back in the day, and I was like, oh, this is some good evidence. You know, before
hey, baby, when we did that arm day video, I was like, I don't look that fat. I'm all
right. Joe does look. Joe looks different, bro. Nick did see Joe in person at the USA's, right? And he looks different in the USA. If you look at the USA pictures and then being there, he does look different. His physique in pictures and videos, I mean, in person.
I did the quarter turns. There's a quarter turn video that I just put up.
Yeah.
The USA pictures suck. The lighting is all blue and weird and
pretty
bizarre.
Pretty bad. But that happens. Fuck it. It's part of the game. But I was gonna say before we get to questions, anybody who's watching the Super Bowl, because it's gonna start in like an hour.
I want to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm watching.
I'm actually gonna go to my brother's house and watch it.
So let's do like 2 questions. That's fair.
Yeah, that'll take us about an hour.
Yeah. I was gonna say 2.
Hopefully not.
How long do you guys do for each question?
No, because sometimes we just start talking, bro. We just start talking.
All right, well, I'm gonna say what I always say: make them good.
Bet. Well, but actually, before the questions, I'm up for. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you've been on. You know these guys, bro. If you leave us, we'll go for 5 hours. Just keep talking. Don't stop.
And then keep talking.
I think the first time Carlos came on, this man only spoke like twice. We didn't let that man talk.
Bro, you guys do like 3-hour podcasts. I don't know how the fuck y'all do it.
Oh, we do, yeah. Well,
after a good hour and a half, I'm like,
I start laying on my bed.
I'm fried.
I start laying on my bed.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm fried, bro. I gotta eat. I got shit to do.
Yeah, fact. Yeah. You could tell Nick watching the podcast because when he was on, once I cut him off, hey, don't cut me off because we start cutting each other off and we, you know what I'm saying? We start, and the shit goes crazy.
I forget which one it was, but Beatty was in like a whole full sentence and somebody just reared him off, cut him off completely. And I'm like, he didn't even finish what he said.
I'll be doing the same thing.
But then Beatty just let
was in the middle of a full lesson and got cut off.
I can't find the question now, but somebody asked a question that I wanted to answer. I wanted to ask. He didn't direct it to Nick, but I actually want to direct it to Nick.
Okay.
But he was like about he said I like at this point of y'all careers, right? I'm not really it's not really, I guess it's not really my career. But let's say at this point in your career, do you believe in having any kind of balance in your life versus bodybuilding, or is it all bodybuilding? I feel like I feel like you answered this, but back in the days, but you're at a different point in your life now.
I think you can. Mm-hmm. You just have to know how to do it. And everyone around you also has to be understanding as well. Like you can have that balance, but when it's time for that switch to flip, the balance fades no matter what. It's going to fade. So can you? Can, but it in prep is hard. It's not easy. I would I think honestly, I think it's with anything in life. You know, if you're trying to be a lawyer, a cop, whatever, the balance is really non-existent. You know, it's like even owning a business, right? If you're owning a business and you got a family, 9 times out of 10, what are you doing majority of the time? You're probably traveling, doing this, doing that, away from your family. So the balance is hard, and especially with bodybuilding. I mean, it's a full-time gig. You know, I mean, it can be done. I did it, but it's not easy. I would venture to say it's harder to have balance than to be balanced, if that makes sense.
And like I've always been big on balance, but then I'm like, I think I had too much balance. You know what I'm saying?
Your balance is the wrong way, brother.
That's
you need to reel it. Kind of reel it in.
No, I do. I actually agree, because at a point I felt like that would be enough, right? Because you know how you think. I'm looking. I'm like, I got pretty good genetics, but it's like it doesn't matter. That doesn't really matter. So everybody can't get away with the same balance. You know, I like how Joe does it. Joe gives him like, he gives himself maybe like a out of the year, a month or two where he can lax a little bit, but like rebound is perfect, prep is perfect, and beginning of off season is perfect. And there's like a little window. I think that's fair.
It's usually about 2 months. 2 months right before I know I'm going to start a prep, I slowly start like living life a little bit, and then go into prep real hard.
Yeah, and with me, man, it's pretty much prep.
You live life no matter what time of the year it is.
maybe after what it was after the show, you're like, I'm going to New York. I ain't doing shit.
Well, it's like what Betty said. Like, I'm good.
Yeah,
but
I'll eat my 3 meals.
I got good genetics. I can eat this cake.
Like that way, like at the local level, yeah, you got good genetics, you win everything. But at national level, boy, motherfuckers be in shape. You can't.
Betty, what I tell you, bro? If you gave it 100%, you'd be a pro by now.
Yeah. So no balance for me. I'm gonna leave the balance for everybody else.
Right, you don't know how to juggle balance.
No, it's not working out. All right, let's see. Do you think most top pros cruise? We don't know what most top pros do. We can tell you what we do. I think we all cruise on like 200 to 300, what like 2 to 250. I think that's going to be pretty. Yeah. I think everybody does that. But people, for them to think pros cruise on like 500, I don't know anybody who cruises on 500.
That's not a cruise, bro.
That's exactly.
That's a small cycle.
Yeah.
That's what the skinny guys at the gym do, but then they think the big guys are doing that, right? It's never the other way around. All right, top 5.
I hate training when I'm on a cruise.
I do too.
I don't like training. It's the worst fucking shit ever, bro. It's
when I was down in Dallas, like we hit a bunch of sessions pretty hard down there, and then like the next week I was just like,
you feel it.
And this was like 4 weeks into a cruise, right? And I was like, fuck, that kind of beat the shit out of me. And then I've been doing a deload the last week or so just to like get ready for prep.
I don't know,
dude. How's your knee?
The first,
it's manageable. I'm leg pressing. I can't do any squats right now, but I'm just
like free weight.
I haven't done free weight in a while, but yeah, no hack squats, no pendulum squats. I mean, I can kind of keep my legs where they're at with leg presses. I want to work back into it, but yeah, it sucks. I don't like it at all right now.
No, I get it.
Did you guys lose a lot of friends when you became like full-time bodybuilder?
Yes.
I never had friends.
I wouldn't call them friends. If they didn't stick around, they weren't your friends.
Yeah. Friends? That's what I was gonna say.
But we kind of been.
I have people that like go to my shows and go support me that I don't hang out with, but they're like always like they'll message me and see how I'm doing and shit, and they'll show up when I need them there, kind of thing. But I just don't hang out with a lot of them.
Listen, my core group of friends, they don't even work out. We met in college. We're all friends. they don't even work out. This is just kind of my thing. And to be honest, I kind of like it like that. It kind of gives me an outlet away from bodybuilding sometimes. So if they're truly your friends, it shouldn't matter what they do or what your friends do. I kind of feel like people that do that, those are the people that, they go to work out together as a group, and then maybe someone gets a girlfriend and then they stop coming to the gym with you guys, and then slowly people kind of fall off. That's not real friendship, bro. If they're really your friends, it doesn't matter what you do. You guys are always gonna be friends.
I always found it hard to make friends just because of who I am, first of all, but also like when you're only going to work and to the gym, like those are the two places you're gonna even see people. So like most of my friends when I was in Arizona were just people that I met at the gym, and we went and did other shit together, but we all lifted weights. Up here in Washington, I haven't really made any friends because there's no one at the gym that I really want to hang out with.
And I'll say this too, Stu. I don't know if this happens to you guys, but I feel like now I'm bigger. I feel like it's been harder for me to actually make friends because I don't know. I don't know if this happens to you guys. Like, I hate my friendships or people to just base me on, just bodybuilding. Like, if I want to hang out with you, I don't just want to talk about the gym or bodybuilding.
I don't know about you guys, but I hate talking about the gym.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. And it's like everyone that you kind of meet, like, they put you in this box, right? Because that's the only way they can kind of familiarize themselves with you. And I feel like just as an adult, I just feel like my core group of friends that I met in college have been my core group since then. But I haven't really made any kind of like new friends that are like a core circle that is not outside of this space. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I just feel like people put you in this box because you look a certain way, and that instantly just it's an instant disconnection for me.
I can't say I lost friends because there was never a switch. I've been a meathead my whole life. Even when I was playing sports, I was still a meathead. So it wasn't like I hit like 23 and was like, I'm gonna be a full-time bodybuilder. Hey friends, I'm gonna be a full-time bodybuilder. So it was never like a change. I've always been the same kind of person. And my friends weren't all bodybuilders. I haven't really had a lot of bodybuilder friends until now. Like we're doing a podcast. Before then, it was people I knew from the gym and just like people I've known for a while. But I've always had a lot of acquaintances. I never really let people super close to me. But friends, I would say I always had a lot of friends, man. People like me for some reason. I don't know. For whatever reason, I think
I like you.
I like you. Thank you, Nick.
I like you, baby.
I like you guys too, man. I like you guys too.
On a scale from 1 to 10,
I
like you like an 8.8.
Whoa! Oh my God, that's a lot.
That's a lot
coming from Nick.
Yeah.
Why?
Nick don't fuck
I don't really like anyone.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that is? Like the way
let's shower Beatty in compliments. Why?
Shower me.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
He kind of looks like T-Pain. That's why I like it.
No, like the way I live life is I try to be as honest as possible, right? You don't have to second guess my intentions. You'll never have to. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. Simple as that. I think most people, if they behave that way, people would respect you. Whether they like you, I guess, or not, they're gonna respect you, and that's the only way to really have people's respect, knowing that they're who they say they are, and they're not pretending to be anything they're not. They're just that person.
People don't like you for that, then you kind of they won't be your friends, and they kind of filter themselves out. Like you don't want to fuck with people you can't talk to honestly, anyway. So
that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Well, think about this podcast. Why do we have good chemistry? Why do we like each other? Because we're just really straight up with each other. We don't bullshit. I don't know. It's genuine. We're not like nobody's clout chasing. Nobody's trying to use anybody. We share everything, information. We help each other out, and nobody's looking for anything in return.
But I just think we all have fun. We all have fun together.
Well, we have Nick on so we can clout chase from like time to time, but that's about
that's the
well, Nick joined an hour late. He will be on the thumbnail.
I know, right?
Of course,
Facts, bro. Facts, bro.
But then also, like Nick doesn't have to do this shit. Like Nick, I'm sure Nick gets DMs from 20 different podcasts. Like he's gonna pick and choose what he feels like doing, right?
I do. I'm at a point now where it's like I'm gonna do things that I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
I ain't going to do things that, it brings more of a positive than a negative. And the first time I did this one, I enjoyed it. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah. We like having you on too, Nick. We like having you on too.
Well, I would hope so. We like you too, I would feel weird coming on.
Well, also with Nick, right? He's gonna be honest, right? He doesn't tell you what you want to hear, is what you need to hear. But why would you want somebody to just tell you what you want to hear? What benefit is that?
Your closest friends should always tell you the shit you don't want to hear.
Bro, exactly. If I'm in the gym and Joe's breath stink, I'm not gonna just like ignore him. I'm like, hey Joe, here's some gum, bro. Take some gum. You need it.
That hasn't happened.
You don't even have to be like, yo, your breath is shit. Just be like, yo, you might want this gum.
You know what I'm saying? Jersey, so you're gonna be like, your breath smells like shit, bro. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I would.
That's it. All right.
If we're in public, though, I would. I'll just be like, take this.
Trust me.
You know what? Here's another. Double up.
Later.
All right. Let's do one more. I think this is a good one because I think all of us, this might be a trouble area for all of us. Even though you guys come in shredded, I still think it was probably a trouble area for you at some point. But this guy is saying that he holds a lot of fat around his glutes and hamstrings, even when he's in shape. Tips on why that happens and what he can do to bring in shredded glutes.
Push harder. My hammer.
Yeah, that's the real. I think there was one. I had one prep. I had one prep when I was actually with Jeff Long at the time. He prepped me for my first USAs. He stripped off, bro, every like little baby fat that I had on me for that prep. That was like that 2-hour cardio prep. That was no carbs for like 6 weeks straight. And it was one of the hardest preps I ever had to do. But because we went to that level, I have never had to go to that level again. And I think everybody needs like that one prep that's going to really test you the fuck out. Because then once you hit that certain level, because once you get all the baby fat off of you, as long as you don't become a complete douchebag in the off season and blow the fuck up, each prep, in my opinion, should gradually just get easier and easier and easier. Because now you're getting older, right? Now the muscle maturity is kicking in. Now you got more muscle. So that pertains, as long as, again, you're not eating a fat fuck, it makes it harder to get fat. And at each prep, each off season, you should just be improving, getting better. And if you're not, then you're probably doing something wrong. It is what it is.
Well said. Yeah. Well said.
There are very few people in bodybuilding that can go to a show, come out of a show, and say, "I was too shredded for that show." Right? Maybe Munzer. There are very few people that could say that. So this person asking this question, and this is to me as well, all the shows that I've done, I know that when I look back at those photos, I'm like, damn, there's another level that I can still push further, with condition. So this person asking this question, you can always just go further. So all you need to do is just sometimes, hey, just keep going. Even if it seems like there's nothing left, there's always something left, bro. There's always something left.
I think for all of us, 9 times out of 10, when you think you're there, you're not there.
You're not there. You're not.
Bro, baby, remember I told you about Compton when I was on a treadmill, and I was like, "Hey, I'm pretty sure we're done." And then Compton's like, "All right, we're gonna do one more push. We got like 5 to 10 more pounds. And where the fuck is this gonna come
Where
from?
am I gonna leave this shit?
Yeah. And then at the end of it, he was like, "We took off 10 pounds too much, Joe. We need to start feeding you now." You son of a bitch.
Thanks, Justin.
Yeah. Well, most I do feel like most competitors compete a little bit too heavy. I think like a lot of people compete about 10 pounds too heavy.
I like to be me and Matt pretty much nailed it for this Olympia, which I'm still upset I wasn't able to present it, but we would suffer, feed. And we did this. We started that process early because a lot of my feedback from the Arnold was, you weren't full enough. But so we made sure we came in more peeled than that Arnold, but was going to be able to present the fullness that we wanted. And that's exactly what was happening. So hopefully we can do that again. I mean, this is going to sound really bad, but how many weeks out are we from New York?
Like 14?
14, not 14.
Oh, I need to know. 14 or 15? Which one?
14. Because the count's the week after.
A week counts, bro. A week counts.
Yeah.
Nick, you're the one competing. I know. How the fuck do I know?
I just said. I know I got mad time. I'll do New York.
Yeah.
You got 14 weeks, Nick.
Nick needs
14.
Yeah. So that's perfect. I know in 14, I'm already ahead now of what I was for the Olympia at 14 weeks out, like dramatically ahead.
Yeah.
So right now we're still eating heavy. Like we're still pushing weight up a little bit. Like we're still in a very lean state. So like I was 285 this morning. Like I'm still, my ass isn't shredded by no means, but it's tight. It's a block. So there's no reason yet to start pushing down hard yet,
Wait, you're 5'7" or 5'8"?
No, 5'7.5".
Okay, 5'7.5", and you're 285 with like peeled hamstrings. That doesn't even sound. That sounds insane. That don't sound right. That's crazy. What the fuck is that?
You know what that is? You know what?
What's that?
That's a two-peat. That's what that is.
There you go. Hey, Tonio, you watching Tonio? Because Tonio said he trying to get that 2 rings too, bro.
Oh yeah, hunting season.
Yeah. I gotta get Tony on the podcast, but he don't open his DMs, bro. So I don't know, because if you open it and put unread, it still shows up as read. But he's not reading it. I don't think he responds.
I could text him for you.
You seem
thank you. Yeah, he seems like he like, I don't want to say shy, but very like reserved. But I'm gonna try. Yeah, but if you don't mind, Nick, if you could tell him, hop on the podcast.
I'll shoot him a text. You guys do these every Wednesday and Sunday, yeah?
Yeah, at 12 Pacific Standard Time. But we're a little flexible if he wants to hop on. What was the question?
Dude, what time is it for you?
Me?
Yeah,
I'm West Coast, so I'm in Washington.
2:14.
So,
yeah, 2:14.
Okay,
3 hours different from us.
Yeah. What was the question, bro? I just completely forgot the question.
The dude said he has fat glutes.
He's got fat glutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So literally just keep dieting until it's off for the first time, and then the next few times it's going to be easier. That's been my experience too.
Damn.
And you're gonna feel small. You're gonna feel flat, tiny. But when you fill out, the glutes are gonna stay in.
But even cardio should slowly begin to get easier. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're every prep, you find yourself that you still have to do this dramatic amount of intense, long ass cardio. You should probably retract how you do your off seasons, like Beatty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Told you that, Beatty. I told you.
Yeah.
Like seriously, if every prep you're doing 1.5 hours, 2 hours of cardio, fucking balls to the wall.
You gotta pull it back.
You shouldn't be doing this.
Too much body fat, yeah.
Bro, like the most cardio, and again, I know everyone's different. It is what it is. But like even for me, like this past Olympia, I think the most we got up to was an hour.
Mm-hmm. And
that was literally for like a week and a half. And then we pulled it back to like 40 minutes fasted. That was it. Yeah. I'm not kidding. I just walked on the treadmill, no incline, a 2.4 walk. Because I also found I train like a Dorian 8 type of style. So it's hard, it's intense, and it fucks you up. I find for my body, if I do cardio to that same extent, my body just gets beat the fuck up and backfires, and I end up putting weight on. So it does me no justice. So if I just do some moderate light cardio and do what I do training and don't change that, my body responds perfectly fine.
Hey, Nick, when you said that you were kind of like for the Olympic prep, you were like digging down, getting flat, and then refeeding. How frequently were you doing that roughly? And like, what did it look like?
So, probably the last 3 weeks, it would be like 2 to 3 low days in a row. And then we would feed, and I would send him pictures the next day, send him weight. And depending what my weight did and how I looked, we would either go back down, we would do like a moderate high day, or we just do another high day.
So were you trying, like when you did those refeeds, were you trying to get yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, say 10 is like super filled out, bursting full. Like, were you trying to get up to a 10 or like a 5 or 6?
Like 7, 8.
Okay.
Yeah. But during that prep, I was going out to eat almost every weekend.
What is your meal of choice? What did he?
It was clean. I'll be honest. It wasn't like nothing dirty because I just didn't want to do it dirty. But I would get like a steak. I would get onions and mushrooms, either salad. I'd eat a shit ton of bread. Didn't keep track of that. Mashed potatoes, and I would get a carrot cake as dessert.
Carrot cake.
I like that shit. It's actually pretty clean. They like slowly got dirty as the fucking list went on.
Like, I don't want to.
Carrot cake is a vegetable.
Big dirty burger, eat all this bread, and then I want to keep it a little clean with some dirt. And my body adjusted. Like I would wake up from that, and I would either gain like a little bit of weight or just stay the same weight. And a lot of times, what he would do is after that day, we would do like a half a high day where it'd be like my first 3 meals are high, and then it'd be like my low day for the rest. And then the next day, I might go up a pound, and then we'll go down moderate for 2 to 3 days and just kind of teeter totter. But the last 3 weeks, I was sending him pictures every morning. So at that point, a lot of things was not truly never set in stone because my body at that point was just changing dramatically all the time.
Yes. So you see, my question to you, Nick, is this, because I'm kind of in the same boat with Beatty, but with the different approach, right? We're keeping the off season a little bit leaner, but now it begs the question, like, you know, like you did those big off seasons and you got to a certain size. Now, me, I'm an upcoming pro. I'm like, okay, we're taking this leaner route, but am I going to get the size that I need in the appropriate?
Listen, in my opinion,
you know,
I think so because here's the thing, and anyone can chime in if they disagree. I personally feel if you get too big, too fat in the off season to where now you have to diet so hard, do this dramatic amount of cardio, 9 times out of 10, you're literally probably just going to lose everything you just try to put on. So what did you really gain? Where if you keep it leaner, I'm not saying, you know, fucking shredded, but you know, if you start a prep where like you can see everything, you know what I'm saying? It just puts you in a better state to start prep. And a lot of times in the beginning of a phase of a prep, you can sometimes still grow. Where if you're starting a prep as a fat fuck, it's like, okay, we got to start trimming now. You know what I mean? So you don't have that little like extra boost to start prep. You're automatically going to start and go hard versus being in a better state. Blood glucose levels are where they need to be. And you could probably push food a little bit in the beginning and actually gain a little bit of size before you actually have to come down. Now I don't know how long you guys prep for. I like 18, 20 weeks. So it all varies. But if you start, say, a 20-week prep, right? That's perfect. You start a 20-week prep. Everything's good. You feel great. You're in a great leaning spot. Odds are, I don't know how Andrew does this shit, but you could probably start as if you're still semi-putting size on. Introduce a decent amount of cardio, get things rolling, and then you're going to just start to teeter-totter down nice and slow. And at that point, your prep's going to be smoother. And then 9 times out of 10, because, I mean, I do it. I'm sure Stu happens to Stu at some point. You're going to end up eating more as the show gets closer.
Yeah,
that's how I feel a prep should go. If you're like at the nitty-gritty and you're pushing hard, you're eating no carbs, your body's just going to look beat the fuck up, and it's not going to look good. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Andrew likes to keep cardio throughout. Because I'm still doing 40 minutes of cardio.
I never not do cardio. I do cardio every day.
Yeah, I'm doing 40 minutes. I'm doing 40 minutes five times a week. You know,
I do 20, 25 every day.
Yeah,
7 days.
Yeah, I don't have to, but honestly, it just starts my day. I like it. Like, and I don't, like I said, I don't do intense. I literally just walk on the treadmill. And if I don't want to walk, call me gay, but I like the elliptical. I might, hop on the elliptical, pedal, you know what I mean? Yo, that shit gets your heart rate up, bro.
It does. I actually had the same fear as Ken, right? I'm like, okay, I'm 5'11". I'm gonna need some more size. So what if staying lean, I don't get the size I want? But then what happened to me is what Nick said. Like, I feel like I made good progress on my legs. But in doing two hours of cardio, I feel like I literally just lost. Bro, they looked worse than they looked fucking 2 years ago. So I'm like, what the fuck? So where did that all go? So I'm like, okay, at that point, my legs couldn't recover because I train legs pretty hard. And all this cardio is just wear and tear on my knees. And then now I can't train heavy because my knee.
As a perfect example, the way he looks right now, in my opinion, is a great starting point for a prep. If he was a little fatter, that would be okay too. But I think the way Stu looks is a great starting point.
But with
you can tell he put some size on. You can tell he grew, and you can tell he's going to be heavier for New York.
But Kennedy, I was force feeding for like the whole off season, not as much as I have in years past, but I was still eating a lot. Ken, you are not going to need to eat as much. Like, you're not going to push food like I am, because you just can't get away with it. So that means you're going to start prep eating less, most likely, but less body fat. Again, if you can avoid that digging into a ditch at the end, that's great. It's always going to be harder for you, period. But
and I don't know how you guys are, but I'd rather be hungry than full.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Now Stu can't get away with that because Stu would be 170 if he was hungry.
I'd be a fucking twig.
Stu, do you just have fast metabolism, right?
Yeah. It's slowed down a bit over the years, but
that's why Stu, like you said, you don't do cardio really, right? Right now.
Never do cardio in the off season.
People like me, I could potentially get away with that maybe for a little while. And then I'm like, okay, I should probably start doing cardio again.
Yeah, you're kind of in the middle between me and Ken.
Yes.
You're
but
like
for
half
a lot of
Nigerian.
But for a lot of people, they can't. Stu, he don't need it, obviously. When do you usually start cardio?
Probably when I start prep. But
immediately.
Just like 10-minute walks though. I mean, like it takes like nothing to get the ball rolling for me.
10-minute walk. I wish, bro.
Yeah, so like
I did cardio. What was it? 10-minute walk.
So last year, I started off doing walks, got up to like 15, 20-minute walks, and then we started doing stairs at like 7 or 8 weeks out.
Stairs is like the finisher right there.
I think it's better, yeah. But like I got up to 30 minutes, and I was dropping way too fast. So Blue was like, "Oh, cut it down to 23." So I just did that for the rest of the
23.
23 minutes on the stairs.
That's not number,
like
but okay.
Speeds. It was like 60 steps a minute.
Not 25, not 20, 23.
Yeah,
that's weird as fuck.
Dude, that's what Blue does. He'll give you like 18 minutes, 17 minutes.
I want to start doing that. I want to start doing my clients. I want you to do 21 minutes and 30 seconds.
I do that sometimes too.
Fuck with him.
I just accept it now.
You guys don't feel like your legs get banged up from Stairmaster, bro?
No, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, and I think Stu kind of does it the similar way I do. You need to stay upright. There's no leaning on this motherfucker.
Oh, I lean.
And I go no more. I shit you not. I go no more than a level 2 or 3, bro.
Oh, wow.
And my legs don't ever get beat up. And just like Stu, when I start stairs, the weight will just dip.
Yeah.
People need to understand. Stairs, is it the most taxing type of cardio there? Sure. But if you do it right, it doesn't have to be. But it can still get the job done.
And if you do it consistently, too, it doesn't hurt, because I do it year round. I'm still doing it now in off season. And if you do it, it's when you start it for your prep, that's when it's brutal. Your body just can't adjust, but if you're doing it consistently throughout, I don't really get banged up from it.
I'll tell you, in 2021, which was my first prep with Blue. This was the most conditioned I've ever been, easily. He over dieted me, actually. I got up to 35 or 40 minutes of just walking. I would just leave my apartment and go for a walk on like a route that I knew took that long. And that's all I did. And so I could probably do that again this year. I've got a bike set up in my living room, but I hate the thing. Like, I got to hold up my upper body with my arms. My triceps start hurting. And
I feel like you got to go hard as shit on the bike to like really get anything out of it, you know?
Yeah.
And I used to love the bike, but I find now, and maybe because I get bigger now, so I just get taxed a little more than not. So a walk on a treadmill, I'm perfectly fine.
Well, walking when you're 270 at any decent pace is like, that's kind of taxing. My heart rate will get up to like 100, 110.
Yeah.
Which is pathetic, but it still works. You know?
I would see Kai Green at the gym, right, in Brooklyn, whether the Fifth Avenue gym or Retro Fitness. He would be on a Stairmaster at like level 50. And he would have his hoodie on, and he would pull the hoodie down and bite the hoodie. So nobody was going to recognize Kai, right? Because, you know.
Yeah, we don't know that's you, buddy.
Yeah, we can't tell with the fucking braid sticking out the side of the hoodie. And he's biting his hoodie. He can't see. So I guess he didn't want to look at the time. I don't know. And he's just going fast as fuck. In a puddle of sweat, like it's like taking up the whole machine. And then when he was done, he would get a bunch of paper towels and lay them down and like soak up the sweat. But he's such like, he's an odd person, bro. Very odd person. Like nice guy, but odd person. And I'm like, does he really need to go that hard on the Stairmaster? Probably not. But like most of us, our legs will flatten out. I think his legs will get bigger. I think his legs will grow from the
I feel like if you do it consistently, because like doesn't Derek do stairs consistently like throughout too? I think he said something like that.
Derek's a big fan, I believe, of stairs and treadmill.
Yeah. Derek does stairs like throughout, even in off season. So
I like stairs and treadmill too, because it's also not a mental thing, right? Like you set it at whatever it is, and that's what it is.
That's it.
When you have to involve something with resistance, like the elliptical, like you're in more control of that. Like if you're deep in a prep and you're just feeling it that day, you're gonna be like a little, you're gonna be lazy with it.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
And I'd rather just set something and call it and go, and that's it.
I really like going for walks outside in the morning, because it's like, I mean, shit, show's going to be in May, right? By the time it's April, May around here, it's fucking beautiful in the Northwest. The sun's out, the fucking flowers are out, there's birds. It's like, oh my God, I'm in heaven doing cardio right now.
You know, some of us, that won't count as cardio. That would just be part of your not being sedentary.
Sorry.
When I'm deep in prep, I don't want to think. So if I'm tired enough and I hop on a bike, like it's gonna be a lot harder to go as hard as I want. Whereas if I set the treadmill and try to keep up, I'm gonna keep up, because I'm not gonna fall off the treadmill. I'm not gonna give myself a choice. If I put 3 speed, fucking 8 incline, I'm gonna keep up, and I actually get more energy. I start to wake up like, okay, I gotta keep up with this shit, and then you start to wake up. Whereas the bike, you just kind of like, oh my God, fuck, more cardio, So you kind of a give or take.
I agree.
What was the question again? The glutes.
Glutes and AMs. Diet harder.
Just sum it out. Push harder.
Yeah. I think it's that simple. I know Zayd had an issue bringing in his glutes and hams for a while, and he just pushed harder every fucking year until he won his card, basically, right?
But the stairs helped a lot, and I don't hold on. So this, like he was saying, staying upright makes all the difference on your legs, and my legs would actually grow just doing stairs, And
I personally love stairs.
Yeah, it's awesome. I act like it's a lunge, almost like a incline lunge.
I squeeze my booty every step, bro. I even sometimes do a little kickback with it. You know what I mean? Kick back.
I'm gonna try that next prep. I'm gonna go full Kai Green with the hoodie. Put the hoodie in my mouth and do put it on level 80 and just go to town on it.
Maybe he had like a ball gag in his mouth behind the hoodie.
Huh?
Maybe he had like a ball gag in his mouth behind the hoodie. He's a weird dude.
Don't do Kai like that. There's so much story to have about Kai that I wouldn't even want to say it.
He's got a lot of like black leather. That's the only reason I say that, you know.
Yeah, Kai is a different human being. But I think we've been on long enough. I think, right? You guys look at Super Bowl.
You got Super Bowl to watch. Hold on, before we leave, who's everyone rooting for? There's one right answer.
Jeez.
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift.
Yeah, whatever happens, Taylor Swift wins today.
Taylor Swift, but he can't propose to her on the Super Bowl stage. I think people are gonna be like, because he's gonna take away from the Super Bowl, and he has to win to do it.
That's the rumor.
Yeah, he got to win first.
You know what I'm saying? If you lose, you can't propose to her. She's gonna be like,
my man was like, after I win, I'm gonna propose. My man got that confidence.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna. I feel like the purists are gonna be like, yo, don't do that, bro. But it's his life. He's gonna do what the fuck he wants. You know,
desecrating the field, bro. Desecrating the field. He's desecrating the field, dude. It's like that's
desecrating.
Me personally, I'm marrying Taylor Swift day one, the first date. First date I'm marrying Taylor Swift.
She'll write a song about Beatty for sure.
but guys, don't log off yet. I'm gonna just pause it.
All right. My camera's
dead. All right, people. Peace out. Thanks. Nick. Don't log off, Nick. All right.
Bye.